And a good evening and welcome back to Jersey Shore, Pennsylvania and Thompson Street Stadium, the home of this evening's matchup in what is set to be, some are calling, the best matchup in the state, a rematch of what was a thriller last season, one that went against the Bulldogs of Jersey Shore, but one that has high anticipation coming into 2025. It is two top 10 ranked teams in the state at the midway point, past the midway point of the season. It's the Jersey Shore High School Bulldogs taking on the Hollidaysburg High School Golden Tigers, and it's live right here on the Bear Country Sports Network. Great to have you with us here from Thompson Street Stadium alongside our director, Tom Fleming, and color commentator Ryan States. I'm Nicolas Severini. We are live from Jersey Shore, Pennsylvania for what is expected to be a match that may be out of conference, Ryan, but a match of high implications. You've got two teams with a combined record of 11-1. Hollidaysburg, a perennial favorite to make it deep in the postseason, a reigning quarterfinalist. Jersey Shore, of course, they have sniffed their postseason aspirations in the past. A finalist in 2020, three-time in a row Final Four member, trying to get back to that up and up against a young team. It sets the catalyst for what is expected to be a very fascinating and enticing matchup here at Thompson Street Stadium.
And last year's game was a classic between these two schools. Final score, Hollidaysburg ended up winning 27-25. These are two of the best teams in the state. You mentioned it, they're both ranked coming into this game. Hollidaysburg ranked number 10, Jersey Shore ranked number 8. This is going to be a high-scoring affair and should be a classic here in Pennsylvania.
The Bulldogs of Jersey Shore, they come in with a record of 5-1. With a 3-1 record in conference play, a member of the PIAA District 4 Quad A Division and the Heartland Athletic Conference Division 1. They are led by head coach Tom Gravish. Their only loss, of course, that double overtime thriller and heartbreaker against Shamokin. Hollidaysburg, the Tigers, have been golden this season and undefeated, 6-0. With an independent member of the Pennsylvania state. They do not belong in a conference. They are a member of the PIAA District 6 5A division. They are led by the longtime head coach, former Lock Haven graduate, for those Lock Haven fans tuning in. That is one Homer Delatry, and his son Cole Delatry has been a stalwart quarterback and safety for this Tigers team. And of course, a lot of the Bulldog faithful will remember his exploits last season, but I think they will remember most about the heartbreaking end to that game on the road against Hollidaysburg. The Bulldogs on their final drive took it the length of the field only to fumble at the 2-yard line. The Tigers would take it and seal the game from there. That 27-25 heartbreaker, Ryan, you echoed. And now both teams with heavy roster rotations, but they seem to not have missed a step either. Just one combined loss between the two.
Yeah, and that loss, like you mentioned, was a double overtime, about as close to a win as a loss can be in that game versus Shikellamy. But Shamokin. So many S names in this conference. It's really hard to get
getting
sometimes.
into the midst of it, but of course that double overtime against Shamokin looms large on what has otherwise been a very impressive season for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the scores that they've been able to put up so far this season, it is nothing but impressive. 27 points against Dallas. Then you rattle off 49 points against Delaware Valley, 49 versus Selinsgrove, 42 versus Shamokin, 42 versus Shikellamy, and 67 versus Williamsport in one of the most wild games that I've ever seen, especially in high school. This is a high-scoring Bulldogs offense, but this is just a high scoring of a Hollidaysburg team as well.
Let it be known, Hollidaysburg, who averaged just under 40 points a game this season, a vast majority of their production coming on the ground, are just as ferocious, and they are looking to keep that undefeated record intact against the Bulldogs. Coming up on the pregame show here for Jersey Shore football, we will discuss how both teams got to this point as we see the sun begin to set, a beautiful sky in the backdrop at Thompson Street Stadium, the band of Jersey Shore in performance. We will have more pregame coverage coming up next. You're tuned in to Jersey Shore football on the Bear Country Sports Network.
Now's the time to reserve space for your pup at Sweet Dreams Pet Resort on Sunrise Lane in Mill Hall for this fall and winter. Individual indoor suites for your best friend featuring raised dog beds, grooming on site, air conditioning, radiant heat, and an outdoor playground. Take advantage of weekday doggy daycare, 570-377-0340. Fully licensed and insured, fully staffed with on-site security at all times. Online at sweetdreamspetresort.com and on Facebook. Sweet Dreams Pet Resort, where we treat your dog like family.
It seems like there's an automotive parts store on every corner, and they all probably have the part or product you need. But do they know what you need? And do they know they have it? For automotive parts and knowledge, come to the automotive parts store that has automotive experience, Napa Auto Parts. The staff at Napa Auto Parts has the experience to answer your questions and make sure you get what you need. Napa Auto Parts, Hogan Boulevard, Mill Hall, and Bridge Street, Jersey Shore. Napa Auto Parts, Central PA's trusted source for automotive parts and knowledge for generations.
A proud supporter of the Jersey Shore Bulldogs, TLC Fuels is a family-owned local business. Established in 1998, TLC Fuels serves residential, farm, and commercial customers from their Jersey Shore location just off of Route 220 at the Pine Creek exit. From fuel oil to diesel fuel and gasoline, TLC Fuels has thrived on a consistent dedication to you and your family. Call 570-753-5722 today.
Think about the last time you thanked yourself for something. Maybe it was that me time you took last Tuesday, or finally learning Italian. Want to do something you'll really thank yourself for later? Start creating a plan for your financial goals today. State Farm agent Jason Eberhardt is here in Jersey Shore to help you build a plan that will set you up for success. The earlier you start planning your goals, the better off you'll be. Call State Farm agent Jason Eberhardt today, 570-865-5191. Then, thank yourself later. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
B.A. Meixel for local residential and commercial electrical contracting. With over 15 years serving Central Pennsylvania, B.A. Meixel has built up relationships with hundreds of home and business owners in Jersey Shore and beyond. Trust B.A. Meixel's trained electricians for all of your needs. Take advantage of their industry-leading guarantees. Call 570-398-7837 today to find out more. B.A. Meixel Electric, proud supporter of Jersey Shore sports.
WQBR 99.9 FM.
Welcome back into Thompson Street Stadium in Jersey Shore, Pennsylvania. The excellent band for the Bulldogs making their performance on the far side. And as you can see, it is a packed crowd already, just over 20 minutes until kickoff. And it is a highly anticipated one. The Tigers and the Bulldogs are set to take the field in about 20 minutes' time, Ryan. And you talked to a lot of familiar faces before the game. You get a real sense of anticipation at a statewide level. It's rare to see two top 10 teams out of conference compete against each other, or out of conference rather, out of division, with a 5A in Hollidaysburg and a 4A in Jersey Shore. But that's exactly what we have seen here, and it builds up to what we expect to be a pretty entertaining ball game. In terms of the offenses, two very fast-paced offenses in the no-huddle. It's going to sound like a night at the racetrack, I think, at parts of this game.
Well, it's a night at the racetrack, but Jersey Shore might be without their fastest horse, with Cash Harrett not expected to play in this game. So it's going to be really interesting. This Jersey Shore team, as anyone knows who watches this team often, they love to run the ball, and now they're without one of their star duo at tailback. Interested to see who else plays in this game. We saw a little bit of Chase Ellison, the freshman, last week in the second half against Williamsport. We don't know who the backup running back will be, but the Bulldogs are going to accumulate a few runners in this game. We expect Ellison to be one of them, but I'm really interested to see how this Bulldog team is going to do without Harrett.
Let's talk a little bit more about Cash Harrett, the sophomore, averaging just under 9 yards a carry, 59 carries, 528 yards, 8 touchdowns, had 6 attempts for 117 yards and a score against Williamsport last week. Suffered an injury, and we do not expect him to play. He was in street clothes at warm-up. It's going to cause a lot of load for Bo Sechrist today. The senior is first in the conference in rushing yards with 821 on 125 carries for an average of 6.7 yards a carry. That also features 12 touchdowns. And Ryan, he's coming off of one of his better performances against Williamsport last time out, a 3-touchdown performance.
Yeah, 3 touchdowns, also adding 164 yards on the ground in that game. He has had 130-plus rushing yards in 4 of his last 5 games. They're going to need him to do all that and then some in this game without Harrett.
And we'd be remiss not to even discuss Nolan Pauling, who has been an excellent dual-threat target for the Bald Eagles in terms of his ability to get it done both on the ground and over the air, too. Now, a little bit turnover-prone, it should be noted, in previous games. He does have 5 interceptions on the season with his 9 touchdowns. But if they are to get a win against Hollidaysburg, he'll need to be at his best.
And they'll need him better than he was last week. Last week against Williamsport, had 2 interceptions right at the start of the game, was able to calm his nerves a bit into the later end of the first half and into the second half, ended up having a really good game. But those 2 early interceptions nearly cost Jersey Shore. They're lucky that the offense did as well as it did in the second half, putting the points up that it did. But they're going to need Pauling to protect the football a little better if they want to come out and win this game against what is a very opportunistic Hollidaysburg team.
On the defensive side of the ball, Cash Harrett's absence is even more felt. He had just one less tackle than his opposite Mike, Bo Sechrist, for second most on the team. Sechrist we already talked about, but those outside linebackers are going to need to have big games as well.
And they have had big games also far this year. Both Connor Yingling and Luke Thompson have been such a good weapon for this Jersey Shore team, not only in pass coverage, but also on the blitz. Jersey Shore loves to rush 7 at the quarterback. At the Yingling and Thompson normally being those edge rushers crashing down. I wonder if without Harrod, are we going to see a little bit more of them playing face-up, maybe have Yingling move into that Mike spot. It's going to be interesting to see how they play this defense.
That is the scouting report for the Bulldogs. Hollidaysburg, they have made their name known here throughout this season and in previous years. When we come back, we'll have the scouting report on the Tigers of Hollidaysburg. You're tuned in to Jersey Shore football on the Bear Country Sports Network.
Welcome, Creek Unique Candles and More and Tightrope Films to Lock Haven. Located at 20 Bellefonte Avenue, featuring handmade candles plus everything from dog treats to 3D printed vases. All handmade products. And Tightrope Films, where Thomas Fleming looks to give your wedding or other special event a special look. Content for clients at an affordable price. Visit today. Creek Unique Candles and More and Tightrope Films, open 10 till 6 Monday through Saturday. 570-244-6882. Find them on Facebook.
It seems like the cost of everything is on the rise, but Erie Insurance can help make sure your auto insurance premium isn't one of them. Avoid rate increases with Erie Rate Lock. Even if you have a claim, your rates won't go up until you change a car, driver, or address.
Your local Erie agent is Brigandy, Gleghorn, and Hafley. Get a quote today.
Erie Rate Lock is not available in all states. Other conditions and limitations at erieinsurance.com. Go to erieinsurance.com for company licensure and product details.
Always supporting the Jersey Shore Bulldogs, it's the Twilight Diner in Loganton, open 7 days and featuring a full menu, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and daily specials. So good, people ask for their food by name, and they bring that great taste on the road with the Twilight Diner on wheels. And now at this area's newest venue for weddings, reunions, and gatherings, Miller's Barn in Tylersville. Hold your next event in the middle of Amish country. Twilight Diner, 603 North Mill Street, Loganton. 570-725-3911 for takeout.
Fred Ham Disposal has proudly served the community with residential and commercial trash removal for the last 55 years. They're a family-owned company that cares about the environment and their customers, providing extensive trash removal and recycling options. Their fleet of trucks provide reliable pickup service, and they give you a chance to pay your bill online. Fred Ham Disposal, here for you. Call 570-398-1814.
Get ready to hit the road with these great trips through Susquehanna Trailways. Shop early November 11th at the King of Prussia Malls. Spend November 18th at Windy Creek Resort Casino. The 27th, the Duncan Thanksgiving Day Parade. November 28th, Cozier's Christmas Village. Call Susquehanna Trailways 570-322-5361 weekdays between 8 and 4. Check the Susquehanna Trailways Facebook page and website for more information. Hit the road with Susquehanna Trailways.
Bear Country 99.9 FM.
And as discussed on the Scene Setter, it is homecoming week here at Thompson Street Stadium as the Bulldogs take on Hollidaysburg. What a game to have on homecoming week, no less. We are seeing the different classes come out onto the field. Unfortunately, getting a great look at the backs of everybody with us being in the visitors' press box, but it's what high school football and tradition is all about. Homecoming week, there's always a little bit extra excitement. The crowd was here very early on. I mean, we're packed pretty much 15 minutes until kickoff. It's that extra excitement that always brings people together. Causes stress, of course, for everyone behind the scenes, but in terms of the performance brought on by everyone involved behind the scenes, they put on an incredible show all week, and it's culminating here tonight in what is expected to be a very excellent football game.
Yeah, you love the homecoming scene. I mean, you have some of the former high schoolers that are returning back for this one game a year. It's always a nice atmosphere. You have the sun setting as we get ready for a homecoming football game, and what a homecoming game it is between these two good teams.
And Hollidaysburg will look to spoil that homecoming. The Golden Tigers 6-0 on the season, led by head coach Homer Delatry. The Tigers have been prolific, a couple close games, most notably in that comeback win against a powerhouse of Fort Hill that is, of course, a perennial contender in the state of Maryland. The only real familiar opponent in recent memory, at least this season, that this team has played against Hollidaysburg is Mifflinburg, and they took care of business against the former undefeated team, 49-14. The final score in that one. Their season started with a 34-7 win against Altoona. They also played Butler in what was a 33-6 rout. One thing that you could tell just on the board here, Hollidaysburg, not a lot of points given up. They've given up 20 points or more just once this season, and it was against the reigning perennial contenders in Maryland of Fort Hill, and even that was a win, 35-30.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at that schedule, you look at the first game of the year. When you beat Altoona 34-7, that kind of puts a lot of people on notice. Altoona, always a good football program there. Hollidaysburg took them to the cleaners. And then, like you mentioned, that win against Fort Hill. It is a Hollidaysburg team coming off the highest of horses, getting a win against, like you mentioned, one of the best teams in the state of Maryland. And now they're facing one of the best in the state of Pennsylvania.
They scored 14 points in the fourth quarter alone to come back and beat Fort Hill. Should be noted, of their 6 wins this season and their 6-0 record, 4 are against teams with a record above 500. So not only are they defeating teams, but they're doing so against some very impressive competition. How do they get it done? It always starts at the quarterback, doesn't it? Cole Delatry, a dual threat product with 16 total touchdowns, 7 in the air and 9 on the ground. Only 48 yards over the air in that win against Fort Hill, but he made amends on the ground in that game.
22 carries on the ground for 102 yards and a touchdown. When you look at it, Delatry and Pauling, very similar type quarterbacks. Exactly, their touchdown to turnover differential is exactly identical. Both have 16 total touchdowns. Both have 5 interceptions. But Delatry, very much like Pauling, he's a run-first quarterback. Not a lot of expected to see him throwing it deep down the field. It's a lot of going to be read option quarterback runs or him handing it off to their good tailbacks, Carter Muth and Tim Snyder.
Of their overall yardage per game, that is at 369 yards a game. 268 of them a game have been on the ground. You can't do all of that with just the quarterback, and Carter Muth has filled in quite well as the lead tailback. Now, he only had 18 yards against Jersey Shore last season. I would imagine he'll have a bigger evening tonight.
And when you look at what he did last game, he had a season-high 22 attempts, 168 yards, and 2 touchdowns in their last game. That's his 4th straight multi-touchdown game. That's going to be the big key for Jersey Shore, is they need to keep Muth out of the end zone.
This is a team that relies most notably on its defense. And it was Josh Banks, the strong side linebacker, that recovered the fumble that won the game a year ago, and Banks is turning that into an incredible performance this season, leading the team in tackles, and he's coming off of one of his best games.
Yeah, and you also look at their secondary, cornerback Caden McChrystal and safety Vincent Alvarano. Those two, 6 interceptions combined between the two of them. This is a very opportunistic Hollidaysburg defense. They like to force turnovers. Jersey Shore is going to have to be buttoned up.
And with that, our starting lineup is coming up next. You're tuned in to Jersey Shore football on the Bear Country Sports Network.
Reliable. That word sums up Hollick's Coal and Oil in Jersey Shore. Stocked and ready to go for fall and winter, Hollick's is a phone call away, 570-398-1190. A fixture in the community for the last 75 years. Hollick's Coal and Oil will fill you up shortly after you call. Hollick's Coal and Oil, 248 Locust Street in Jersey Shore. Hollick's Coal and Oil, 570-398-1190.
Fall is calling and adventure awaits. This is Graham at C.H. Waltz Outdoor and RV, and we're rolling out unbeatable deals as the season turns. Save thousands and choose from top brands like Forest River, Winnebago, KZ, and Intech RV in a great selection of floor plans. At C.H. Waltz Outdoor and RV, we believe in transparent pricing, no pressure sales, and absolutely no hidden fees. Visit us in the Pine Creek Valley or online at chwaltzoutdoor.com. Adventure awaits at C.H. Waltz Outdoor and RV.
Life moves pretty fast, and so does technology. So we should be proud that after over 40 years, Reese's Print Shop in Lock Haven still provides excellent work for everyone in Bear Country. So many other print shops have closed their doors, but Randy Reese still offers digital and offset printing at competitive prices, and they're fast. Reese's Print Shop, 7 East Main Street, Lock Haven. Stop in, email randy@reesesprintshop.com or call 570-748-6528. Reese's Print Shop. See what we can do for you or your company.
New home, big dreams, real life plans. You're saving, you're doing the best you can. You need a friend and a helping hand. Journey Bank, Journey Bank.
Since 1925, Erie Insurance has been providing protection. Auto, home, life, business, and flood insurance. Annuities, too. Get a great price and the service you expect from your local Erie agent, Fager Insurance Agency in Lock Haven, serving the area for the last 57 years. Find out why over 90% of Erie Insurance customers renew year after year. Call 570-748-3570 to get a free quote. Fager Insurance Agency, 511 East Church Street, Lock Haven.
Cutting Edge Country, WQBR, The Bear.
As we hear the very loud and very proud Hollidaysburg marching band to our right, the visiting Golden Tigers come onto the field for the first time. Before we get into our starting lineups, let's hear about our out-of-town scoreboard. A couple interesting ones tonight, Ryan states.
Yeah, we have some fun games to go through. We'll start Montoursville, the Warriors, traveling to Mill Hall to take on the Central Mountain Wildcats. Then two teams Jersey Shore is familiar with, Shamokin, the Indians, traveling to Williamsport to take on the Millionaires. Warrior Run, the Defenders, going to Loyal Sock to take on the Lancers. Southern Columbia to Mifflinburg to take on the Mifflinburg Wildcats. Then we have two great high school names. The Danville Ironmen go to Mount Carmel, Pennsylvania to take on the Red Tornadoes. Sealands Grove going to Sunbury to take on the Braves of Shikellamy. Hughesville, the Spartans, going to Bloomsburg to take on the Bloomsburg Panthers. Central Columbia going to Milton, Pennsylvania to take on the Milton Black Panthers. Athens, the Wildcats, to Towanda to take on the Black Knights. The Midwest Mustangs against the Lewisburg Green Dragons there in Lewisburg. Cowanesque Valley, the Indians, going to Columbia Montour to take on the Rams. That final game is going to be tomorrow at 1 o'clock.
As you see Jersey Shore walk their way up to the entrance to our right in the visitors' press box, a look then at our starting lineup, starting with the Bulldogs. Nolan Pauling is the quarterback. An offensive line left to right. Talon Lowe, Braden Swales, Mason Larson, Nate Thompson, and Isaac Shirey. The starting tailbacks are Bo Sechrist and Cash Herod on paper, but as we know, Herod is out today. The tight end is Luke Thompson. The receivers, Carson Watkins, Luke Ryan, and Carter Reinhart, who's looking for his first reception in 3 games. 3-4 set defensively, featuring Jacob G., Talon Lowe, and Braden Swales. The outside linebackers are Connor Yingling and Luke Thompson. The Mikes are listed as Cash Herod and Bo Sechrist. We'll see who fills in for Herod tonight. The defensive backs are Carson Watkins and Timothy Lope. The safeties are Luke Ryan and Nolan Pauling. Hollidaysburg, it'll be Cole Delatry at quarterback. The offensive line left to right. 2 captains on the left side of the line, Jackson York, Austin Haar, Scott Payne, Matthew Walters, and Lincoln Wirtz. The tailbacks are Carter Muth, Tim Snyder, and Vincent Consiglio. The receivers are Ethan Koch, Kason Metzger, and J.J. Stoltz. 4-4-3 defensive setup. It's like we're playing soccer out here, but on the defensive end is Joseph Richardson and Lincoln Wirtz. The middle defensive tackles are Braven Matthews and Joey Kiefer. The strong side linebacker is Jox Banks. The weak side is Tyler Rogers. The Mikes are Vincent Consiglio and Ethan Rhodes, with 2 defensive backs, Caden McChrystal and Cole Delatry. The safety is Vincent Albarano. As we'll step aside, when we return, it will be kickoff between Jersey Shore and Hollidaysburg on the Bear Country Sports Network.
Charles Construction is a full-service site development contractor performing all phases of residential and commercial work. Excavation, foundations, sewer, water, and underground utility installation. Paving, too, also working with the natural gas industry. Community-oriented, Charles Construction supports the Jersey Shore Bulldogs. Call today, 570-753-3700. 3595, located in Avis at 858 East Central Avenue. Charles Construction, serving the community for the last 54 years.
You owe it to yourself to come into Kleiny's Home Furnishings, Route 150 between Woolrich and Avis, and find out for yourself why generations of happy customers keep coming back, keep coming home to Kleiny's. Quality, value, service, selection.
And Kleiny's offers free delivery and 6 months same as cash.
Right. That's why it keeps our family coming back, coming home to Kleiny's. Online at kleine'sfurniture.com.
From mowing to harvesting and taking care of snow, Dotter Equipment just south of Mill Hall on Route 64 has what you need to get it done. Want to keep your home warm and cozy? Check out the Crown Royal Outdoor Furnaces. If you're cutting your own firewood, Dotter Equipment is your steel dealer. Dotter Equipment for Kubota, Honda Power Sports, Suzuki, Land Pride, steel, trailers, and accessories. See it all now at Dotter Equipment, just south of Mill Hall on Route 64. Visit us online at dotterequipment.com.
Hey, it's Giveaway Jade from Alexander Kia, 933 Broad Street, Montoursville. August was a great new car month. We exceeded Kia's objective, which is great news. But now I have over 100 pre-owned vehicles in stock, serviced and ready for immediate delivery. Rates are coming down, banks are getting aggressive, improving loans like never before. Alexander Kia, 933 Broad Street, Montoursville. At alexanderkia.com. And remember, we're taking the deals the other guys won't.
Looking for a great time in Avis? Head to Mother Carol's Midtown Bar, the friendliest place in town. Grab a cold beer or malt beverage, soak in the good vibes, and meet the amazing bartenders and friendly crowd. Challenge your friends to PA skill games or shoot some pool. And yes, smoking is permitted. Family owned for 49 years, you'll find us at 111 West Central Avenue in Avis. Open 3 to 10 Mondays, 11 to 10 Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and 11 to 11 Fridays and Saturdays.
WQBR 99.9 FM.
Now's the time to reserve space for your pup at Sweet Dreams Pet Resort on Sunrise Lane in Mill Hall for this fall and winter. Individual indoor suites for your best friend featuring raised dog beds, grooming on site, air conditioning, radiant heat, and an outdoor playground. Take advantage of weekday doggy daycare, 570-377-0340. Fully licensed and insured, fully staffed with on-site security at all times. Online at sweetdreamspetresort.com and on Facebook. Sweet Dreams Pet Resort, where we treat your dog like family.
WQBR 99.9 FM.
Prior to kickoff this afternoon, the building here at Thompson Street Stadium mourned Vito DiCaprio, a middle school student for Jersey Shore Middle School who passed away due to cancer last Friday. This is, of course, the first home game since that has taken place. A beautiful and excellent eulogy and an excellent, passionate moment of silence, followed by the national anthem. Here, the stadium of Thompson Street Stadium will serve as a celebration of life for Vito tomorrow afternoon, Saturday, starting at 1 o'clock, and it will be a very emotional and impactful time. The Bulldogs and Hollidaysburg set to take the field. Both sets of captains are about to come out onto the field here for this one, and what is two top 10 teams in the state. The Bulldogs ranked 8th in the state at 4A. Hollidaysburg is ranked 10th at 5A, but best believe the Golden Tigers, despite a couple rankings higher, of course being in the higher division, they are the favorites in this one. The Bulldogs trying to protect their home pound. As we see the coin toss, it is the return, of course, of our twice nightly, I guess you would call it, trivia segment. If you get the trivia question right, call into the Bear Country 999 radio station, and you will have the opportunity to win either a Burger King gift card or a PA lottery ticket. I will give the phone number right after the question has been read out on the airwaves by our very own Ryan States. Ryan, what is the trivia question for tonight?
Alrighty, here we go. So here it is, the first trivia question. How many times last season did Jersey Shore put up 50 points or more in a game? So go through the schedule. How many times last year did Jersey Shore manage to put up 50 points or more?
If you know the answer, call into the Bear Country Studios, 570-769-2327. That's 570-769-2327. You will win, if you're over 21, a PA lottery ticket. If you're under 21, a Burger King gift card. A special shout out to PA Lottery and Burger King for sponsoring this broadcast of Jersey Shore football on the Bear Country Sports Network. And now here we go, live from Thompson Street Stadium. The first time in 2 weeks the Bulldogs are back at home after a short 30-minute road trip to Williamsport in what led in a victory, but a victory that did expose some things for the Bulldogs. They are lined up in orange with black pants, orange stripes, and orange tops with black colored numbers on the front and back, and an orange helmet with a black JS on the side. They will receive from left to right Hollidaysburg in their road whites with blue pants, white tops, blue colored numbers front and back, and a white helmet with a blue number, their number, the personal number on the left, and the Hollidaysburg H on the right in blue, and a blue stripe over the middle. The ball placed down by the Hollidaysburg kicker as we're set to get it away. That is Tim Snyder setting it up at his own 40-yard line in the middle of the park. A great atmosphere and a lot of intent for this one between both sides. And now, after one that some may call the best game in the state, it is set to kick off here from Jersey Shore. Two back deep to return for the Bulldogs. That is Carson Watkins on the near side and Luke Ryan on the far side as Snyder takes a 10-step drop and now sends it into the heavens. We're underway here at Jersey Shore. This one will bounce once, bounce twice, and come out of bounds. Bit of a heart-and-mouth moment for Carson Watkins on the near side, but he gets the favorable bounce. It's a kickoff out of bounds, and the Bulldogs will start this drive in good field position, and it starts with Nolan Pauling with over 1,000 passing yards and over 350 rushing yards this season. He is dynamic.
And it's going to be interesting to watch who the tailbacks are for this drive. If you remember last week against Hollidaysburg, or against Williamsport rather, the first two drives were the two that Pauling threw his interceptions. He'll need to protect the football better on this first drive of the game.
The first play from scrimmage on the right side, 35, a first down and 10. Pauling is in the gun. Sechrist is one tailback to the left. It'll be a three-receiver set, two to the right, one to the left. There's a second tailback in as well as Pauling takes the snap to throw. Quick fire right side, quick catch Ryan, and he'll immediately wrapped up on that near side, out of bounds at the 39. Not before a pickup of a few there from Luke Ryan. They'll call it. We'll see where they mark it with the spot where he was brought down last. They'll call it a gain of 3 on the quick fire. 2nd and 7. And they go again on the right side hash, 37-yard line. Twin tailbacks, same formation. Pauling in the gun, takes the snap. Handoff, Sechrist up the middle, gets rocketed at the line of scrimmage, and is quickly down right at that line marker. Joey Kiefer coming off of a 4-tackle showing against Fort Hill, making the stop. Forward progress gives them 1. 3rd and 6.
And it looks like in the backfield of Jersey Shore alongside Sechrist is Connor Winters, number 2, lined up in the backfield for that last play.
Winters, ironically enough, now motions out of the backfield into the left side. It'll be a 4-receiver set. Minute gone here in this one. Pauling claps his hands, takes a snap, blitz coming, under pressure, tries to reverse back to his right, gets by 1, gets by 2, tucks it himself, gets it to the 40. That's not enough for the first. As he's wrapped up at the 41-yard line, Josh Banks, the strong side linebacker, bringing him down, a gain of 2, a 4th and 3. The punting unit on as Hollidaysburg forces a 3-and-out. That was good improvisation from Pauling, but not enough for the first.
And then we've seen this a few times so far this season. Jersey Shore, typically their offense starts slow here in the first quarter. With how good this Hollidaysburg offense is, can't really afford too many 3-and-outs like they have there.
Minute and a half into this game, the Bulldogs punting on a 3-and-out. Luke Ryan is the punter, stationed at his own 28, one back deep to return. As typically J.J. Stoltz, as this one is punted end over end. Stoltz motions to the right side. It takes a Jersey Shore bounce inside of the 30, now to the far end, as it'll be down at the 29-yard line. Timothy Lope setting it down, as we'll get the first look of this Hollidaysburg offense that is led by Cole Delatry, the senior, who has had less than 9 completions in every game this season, but that masks just how impressive the Golden Tigers are in the run game. They love to stack the box, and they love to move the ball forward this season.
And Jersey Shore has done a good job this year at stopping the run, so this is really going to be power against power here up front.
They go into a 3-receiver set, 2 left, 1 right, 1st and 10 for the Tigers at the 29. Carter Muth, the tailback, to his left. Delatry in the gun, takes the snap, will hand it off to Muth, gets wrapped up quickly. It will be stopped right at the 30-yard line for a 1-yard gain. Bo Sechrist wrapping him up, bringing him down first. Ace Willits with the assist.
And the Bulldogs are going to ask a lot of Sechrist, both on the offensive but especially the defensive side of the ball. Well, that is fellow Mike linebacker Cash Harrod. He's going to be the one tasked to stop the run.
We'll talk about the change with Herod out. Luke Thompson in at Mike. Delatry on 2nd and 9. Takes the snap, keeps it himself on the option, and he's not going far. Excellent penetration from the defensive line of the Bulldogs, and it was Luke Thompson, the new Mike, typically stationed as an outside linebacker, getting him down. So the changes. Luke Thompson is now the outside linebacker with Ace Willits, or rather the Mike, with Ace Willits now outside, Thompson on the inside. 3rd down and 9, 9.5 minutes and a scoreless first. Delatry in the gun, a 4-receiver set. Quick count. Lope nearly went offside, so then moved back on. Hollidaysburg in their own territory here with just over 9 minutes left in the first. Delatry giving signals, now takes the snap. 5-man rush under pressure, fights out of it, rolls out to his right. Now steps up the pass, he hoists it deep downfield, underthrow, ball, and it is caught! It's caught on a diving catch in Jersey Shore territory to the 42. He turned something out of nothing, Kaysen Metzger. And a backbreaker there for the Bulldogs, defensively rather. That was in fact the number 1, Josh Banks, the captain, making the catch. That was incredible.
Delatry rolled out of the pocket, was looking for something downfield, just decided to hoist up a prayer, and credit to Banks, came back to the football and made a great catch.
1st and 10, right side, 41 on the underthrow. It's an option play, pitch left. Muth has space and it runs out immediately and he gets brought down. A flag comes in late. As Bo Sechrist made the tackle, the Hollidaysburg fans are celebrating like it's on the Bulldogs, as Muth could only get one, but the penalty marker will come.
It looked like that was on Sechrist. I don't know if he got a hand up in the face mask area, but the flag came out when Sechrist pushed Muth to the ground. Wait to see what the call is, but it certainly looked like it was a face mask call of some kind.
They are going to mark it a 5-yard face mask. That's going to move it up a little. 8.5 minutes left here in the first, scoreless. Hollidaysburg on a prayer on 3rd and long, keeping their opening drive alive. On 1st down and now 3 to go, we'll call it. Delatry in the gun, left side hash, down to the 36 of the Bulldogs, takes the snap, play fake, steps up in a pocket, and down he goes. That's a loss. Past the 35 to the 37. And making the stop there on the sack, Talon Lope. It's his 4th sack of this season. It's a loss of 5, a 2nd down and 8.
And Jersey Shore doing a good job so far at winning up front. They're getting a lot of sacks, forcing Hollidaysburg to try and throw the football as they're now sitting behind the sticks on 2nd and long.
They keep Muth in at tailback. 2 receivers line up on either side. On the left side, hash 37. Delatry in the gun on 2nd down. Takes the snap, has time. He's got fire over the middle. Has a man, but it's incomplete. And that gap closed quickly. Ethan Koch was the intended target, and playing the Pepsi role in coverage looked like Ryan, who did very well to close that gap, the safety. It would have been a real difficult pass to make, even if it was on frame.
Yeah, but it looked like Delatry missed a read. He had Josh Banks also open over the middle of the field. He looked for Koch. I think if he threw to Banks, Banks might have been gone there for a touchdown.
Instead, it'll be a 3rd and 7. Hollidaysburg with a big throw. They have it at the Bulldog 38. But now another 3rd and long for the visitors. Delatry in the gun. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Tight end motions left to right is Banks. Delatry takes the snap to throw. Under pressure. Screen pass caught by Muth in the open field. 35. Lost the football as it's out of bounds. The ball was fumbled forward by Muth, the tailback. At the marker, we're going to see what this turns into is a bit of an awkward moment. Muth fumbled it forward, but they're going to spot the ball where he fumbled it, which will bring up a 4th down and 1 at the 32.
Nick, I think Muth might have been trying to throw that forward, but just how the ball came out, it looked like he kind of just hoisted it forward. I'm not entirely sure, but I think he was trying to throw it forward to get the 1st down.
Well, it was definitely a bizarre one, but they'll stop. 3rd time lucky. They will stack the box here on 4th down. No receiver set. Delatry in the gun. Muth to his left. Takes the snap. Handoff to Muth. Gets by the line of scrimmage and tripped up from behind for a 1st down inside of the 30 to the 27. Luke Ryan bringing him down, but not before the chain gang moves.
And a good job there by Muth, able to find the 1st down. The hole was open in the middle. He started up the middle, cut back to the left middle of the field, and was able to find the 1st down.
Same goal line formation on 1st down inside the 30 to the 27. Delatry takes the snap. It's an end-around play to the right side flanker. Takes it upfield outside the numbers, inside of the 25. And down at about the 24-yard line. I believe that might have been Vincent Consiglio, although we will double-check that. In fact, it is the number 25 on that occasion. That looked like Ethan Rhodes on the carry, and it was a productive one, picking up 3. The Bulldogs conceding a couple third down conversions on this drive. On second down, Delatry in the gun, hands off this time, Muth bounces to the outside, and he's got speed, he gets by the edge rusher, gets outside the numbers 20, 15 to the 10, and downed inside of that 10-yard line, goal to go territory, and my goodness, when Carter Muth is in the open field, you better watch out.
Yeah, it was Luke Ryan there trying to set the edge, just not able to get there. Muth too fast, able to get to the outside. It was Carson Watkins making what would have been a touchdown-saving tackle.
Hollidaysburg, just over 6 minutes left in the first in a scoreless game. The visitors trying to strike first. First down and goal on the right side hash, call at the 8-yard line. Delatry in the gun, hard count, and flags will fly as there is movement on both ends, and this looks like it might be on the Bulldogs here.
Looks like it's an offsides call. Delatry got him with the hard count, and it'll get him 5 yards closer to the end zone.
We have seen Delatry go with the hard count a couple of times on this drive, including one that allowed Talon Lope to move but come back to the line of scrimmage. That time they weren't able to come back, and now it's first down and goal at the 4. They'll take the snap, handoff Muth, wrapped up immediately, lunges back inside of the line of scrimmage and down at the 3. Muth turning it into a 1-yard gain, second and goal.
Jersey Shore, they're going to have to just play bend but don't break defense at this point, but Hollidaysburg done such a good job converting on their third downs. If Jersey Shore, even if they can force a third down, it's not a guarantee they'll get a stop.
It'll be a second down and goal at the 3 after the 1-yard carry. They still spread him out with a 4-receiver set. Looks like man-to-man coverage for the Bulldogs. Delatry in the gun, takes the snap, option play left, tries to lunge it himself to the end zone, but he doesn't get to the line of scrimmage. Maybe that's all he'll get as Talon Lope cleaned it up. First on the tackle was Luke Thompson, as well as Ace Willits. That'll set up a third and goal. Another third down for Hollidaysburg on this opening drive. That has 5.5 minutes left in the first.
Yeah, this is the third down of the game. They've already converted on one third down. They converted on a fourth down. Now it's third down and goal.
So now third down and goal. They spot the ball at the 3-yard line after the no-gainer. Delatry, and now a penalty marker is down. This will be interesting.
Looks like it's going to be in the area of maybe a false start here on Hollidaysburg. I'm not sure. The flag came in quickly before the play happened. So it's either going to be a neutral zone infraction or a false start on Hollidaysburg.
And they're pointing the way of Hollidaysburg, and that is a big one.
It's a big loss to take because now you almost have to throw the ball here on third and goal.
First penalty for Hollidaysburg, not on special teams. And that'll back them up to a third down and goal. Back at the 9-yard line is where they'll spot it. Goal line stance, Delatry in the gun. Muth is the tailback still. Delatry takes a snap, option play right. Tries to revert back over the middle. He's not going to get far. Only to the line of scrimmage before a pack of Bulldogs wraps him up. And again, it's that name. We've said it a lot. Luke Thompson that set that edge on the far side. He received help from some of the closeout linebackers. And now on fourth and goal, it looks like at this point, the offense stays on the field. How about this? Here we go. Fourth and goal at the 8. 4-receiver set. Delatry in the gun. Same formation now with the receivers spread out. 20 to snap as they get an audible on the near sideline. This is a massive play on this drive. 2 receivers on either side of the ball. Delatry on the far side hash. Takes the snap. Throws right side. Looking for the end zone. He missed him. It's incomplete. It's incomplete. The intended target was J.J. Stoltz. And the Bulldogs conceding a couple big plays on the drive, but they make a massive goal line stand. At one point, it was second and goal at the 3, and that's one that Delatry is going to want back. The Bulldogs, they'll take the break.
And it's a drive that the Golden Tigers are going to want back. They walked all the way down the field, faced 3 third downs, converted 1, converted a fourth down. They fought all the way down to the goal line. False start backs them up. It forces them to throw on fourth down, and they're just not able to convert.
First play from scrimmage for the Bulldogs. It's Pauling handing off to Secrets. He bounces to the left side, gets positive yardage past the 10. And at about the 13-yard line for a 5-yard snag. The yards are going to come at a premium today for the Bulldogs as Bo Secrets managed to get a good chunk. Call it a gain of 6.
And that first Hollidaysburg drive shows why this Jersey Shore offense, they can't afford to be slow. They've got to score quick.
On second and short, option play. Pauling cuts back upfield, gets past the line of scrimmage. And at the 14, maybe the 15 as well, he'll mark it. And that'll set up a third down and manageable, a medium/short as Pauling was able to snag 1 to the 14-yard line. The Bulldogs' own 14. 3.5 minutes left in the first. Scoreless are Jersey Shore and Hollidaysburg. Bulldogs pinned inside of their own 15. It'll be a third down and 4. Pauling to throw. Throws right side. And a 50-50 ball right at the 20. He made the reception. Excellent catch in traffic by the Bulldog receiver on that near side. And he's got enough for the first at the 20. What a play. And it was Luke Ryan that got it.
Ryan again just running that quick 5-yard in route, sit right at the sticks, turns back to the football. Pauling throws it right as he cuts it, hits Ryan square in the chest. He's able to secure a catch and pick up a big first down.
Bryce Lewis in excellent coverage, but it was Ryan with the better catch. 1st and 10 at their own 20. A motion man left to right. Pauling takes the snap. He looks to throw. Looks to that opposite left side. Takes it himself now past the 20, 25. Breaks a tackle. Gets back over the middle. Looking for space on the outside. He has the first down past the 30 to the 33. And that was Nolan Pauling spinning and turning his way for an excellent gain.
Yeah, and there was number 16 for Hollidaysburg, Caden McChrystal, trying to rip the football out. Pauling a good job to hold on to it. Had 2 hands on the ball at all times. Held on to it, picked up a huge first down.
12-yard gain, first down, screen pass right side, caught by Ryan. He's got space outside the numbers 40 and meets a defender right at the first down marker, put the shoulder pad down. He got enough for it. Vincent Albarano on the stop. A couple back-to-back 12-yard plays there for the Bulldogs. And that'll be another first down to the 45. And now Jersey Shore is going with tempo. Trips left, one right. Pauling in the gun right side, takes the snap, handoff Seacrest. He's got space past midfield and wrapped up shy of the first down marker in Hollidaysburg territory for the first time to the 48-yard line. Josh Banks preventing an even bigger gain.
And Jersey Shore finding life on the ground. They're doing a good job. They stopped the run for Hollidaysburg, and they're doing a good job converting on the run themselves.
That one got 7, 2nd down and 3. They need the 45 for the first. Pauling, option play right, pitches it outside, space for Seacrest, who has the first down, goes to ground late. Was looking for contact there as he's brought down on the gravel to the near side of the field. And a 5-yard pickup for the first, inside of the 45 of the Tigers. They'll officially mark it at the 43.
And a big reason why Jersey Shore does such a good job running the ball is their willingness to block from the receivers. You saw there was Luke Ryan on the near side, blocking his man downfield, able to create a lane for Seacrest to run.
Well, that was quick. Less than 2 minutes left in the first quarter. Motion right to left, Thompson. Pauling in the gun, takes a snap to throw. He throws to that left side, has a man at Thompson, and it's caught inside of the 40. And is wrapped up at the 38-yard line. A great open field tackle by Caden McChrystal. Has a couple of those in the open field, but not before a 5-yard gain.
And Jersey Shore really starting to move the football now. They struggled on their first drive, and they've struggled on a lot of first drives this season. And I mentioned they don't have a lot of time to struggle with this offense. Hollidaysburg is going to put up points. Jersey Shore's got to go quick to answer.
2 left, 1 right. They hand off Seacrest to that weak side. Tries to bounce outside of the numbers. Wrapped up inside of the 45. He kept those legs churning. And that might be what's enough for the first. It was inside of the 35, rather. He needed the 34 for the first. This one will depend on the spot. The referee near side calling for a stoppage. And they will move the chains. It is a late call, but a first down by the near side official. They spotted at the 33. They needed the 34 for the first. 1 minute left in the first quarter already in a scoreless game between the Bulldogs and Hollidaysburg. Taking a snap, Pauling throws right side, caught by Ryan, gets upfield inside the 30. It brought down from behind at the 26-yard line. Banks wrapping him up from behind. Ryan, another good reception, his second of this drive.
Hollidaysburg playing a lot of off coverage, and it's allowing Jersey Shore to get these screen passes, and we know that's what they like to do. Run the football up the middle, throw screens to the receivers, get the yards after the catch. Hollidaysburg not making the adjustments.
That one got 7, 2nd and 3. It's a play fake. Pauling takes it himself, has Seacrest as the lead blocker. Gets wrapped up past the line of scrimmage inside of the 25 to the 23, and I think that'll be enough for the first. No chain game movement yet, and now a first down is called with 20 seconds left. The clock is running, but now it'll have to be adjusted as they had to stop due to the chain gang movement. I think that is what Tom Gravish on that far side is signaling, but they continue to run it anyway. First down and 10, fresh set of downs at the 23. Pauling takes a snap, looks to the left side, open man on that far side, catch is made. As he is pushed out of bounds was Carson Watkins, the defender. Actually went down to the ground there. I believe that was Delatry, the defensive back. He got quickly back up to push Watkins out of bounds with 3 seconds left in the first quarter. With Watkins going out of bounds, the clock stopping.
Yeah, and it looked like there from Hollidaysburg. I wasn't sure why Delatry fell. Looked like there might have been a little bit of a push off from Watkins. I saw Hollidaysburg upset that there wasn't a flag thrown, but Watkins made a good move, picks up the first down.
That one got 6, 2nd and 4. Seacrest immediately wrap up. That's a big hit. A big hit applied there, and that is how the first quarter of action ends as Joseph Richardson wrapped him up quickly, Seacrest. It'll be 3rd down and 4 when we return. That was a quick first quarter, and it has the sides scoreless. It's Jersey Shore nothing, Hollidaysburg nothing. You're tuned in to Jersey Shore football on the Bear Country Sports Network.
42 years serving you. All Round Tire, your hometown service and tire sales center. Family-owned and operated, All Round Tire features Cooper and many other brands, including Michelin and Firestone. Make us your first choice, not only for passenger, light truck, farm, and ag tires, but also for service, brakes, exhaust, belts, and hoses. We offer the only vulcanized flat repairs in the area. PA State Inspection 2, open weekdays 8 till 5, Saturday till noon. All Round Tire, Cement Hollow Road, Jersey Shore.
1 quarter down, 3 to go here at the beautiful Thompson Street Stadium in Jersey Shore, Pennsylvania. Bulldogs and Hollidaysburg still scoreless. That was a frantic first quarter, Ryan. Both offenses in the hurry up, none able to score, but the Bulldogs are driving here. Sweet Caroline in the background, a couple sweet runs for Jersey Shore in that quarter as they set up a 3rd down and 4, going right to left at the Hollidaysburg 16-yard line. This looks like 4-down territory to me.
Oh, absolutely. I think they're going to run the ball here up the middle. If you're not able to pick up the first down, you go for it on 4th and short.
First play from scrimmage. Pauling throws left side. Caught for the first down inside of the 10 to the 5 as Reinhardt as he's wrapped up. Goal-to-goal territory beckoning for the Bulldogs as Carter Reinhardt got the first.
And just a good play there. Another little dink pass just to Reinhardt. Reinhardt runs 3 yards up the field, turns around, catches it. Picks up an easy first down, and Jersey Shore on the move.
It's a 1st and goal at the 4. Trips right, 1 left. Bulldogs trying to break the deadlock. They hand it off. Sechrist right side, cuts upfield, lunges for the end zone. Touchdown, Jersey Shore. Bo Sechrist from 4 yards out is able to break the goose egg. It's Jersey Shore 6, Hollidaysburg nothing. A big opening score for the Bulldogs.
And that's exactly the bully ball Jersey Shore wants to play. Run the ball a lot. Throw little short passes, be more physical up front, and win that way. They're physical on that play. Sechrist, a big lane to run through up the middle easily. Could have walked into the end zone and puts the Bulldogs up early.
Only 2 plays required in the second for the Bulldogs to get their first score. And now Passetti's point after. Missed a couple late in the game, though his leg was probably sore with all the scores. That one, though, is a no-doubter, as the point after is true, and with 11 and a half minutes left to play here in the first half. It's Jersey Shore 7. It's Hollidaysburg nothing. And Ryan, we haven't had a lot of time for analysis with how quick both teams have been moving, but a rare glimpse to do it right now, Ryan. What did you see from both teams? We're only 3 series into this game. Jersey Shore capitalizing on their second.
Well, these are 2 teams that want to play the same style of offense. It's run the ball with your running backs and your quarterback and throw when you have to. Jersey Shore a little bit more confident, and we use the pass a little bit more often than Hollidaysburg will, but these are 2 teams that play the exact same. This is really going to come down to who wins at the line of scrimmage. If the Jersey Shore offensive line is able to get momentum and push forward to give their running backs room to run, it's going to be a long day for Hollidaysburg. And defensively, it's going to be really between these 2 battles here. Which wins? The offensive line versus the defensive line for both teams. Whoever wins that battle is the team that's going to win the game.
Over 500 tuning in already in this second quarter. A shout out to everyone who's tuning in. If you like what you're seeing, leave a like and comment. Hey, comment where you're watching from. I always enjoy seeing who the furthest person is. Hey, maybe you could be tuning in from Avis. Maybe you could be tuning in from Australia. But either way, we want to know it. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in and keeping the comments respectful as Passetti sends this one end over end. It'll be bobbled initially by the upman, then returned at the 10. He takes it 15, reverses to the 20, and then wrapped up at the 25-yard line. You know, Ryan, quick note on special teams. During the warm-ups, the walk-ups, at about 4 p.m., they did their initial walk-ups, gone to the plays, and then a big note from Tom Gravish. Don't let them get past the 30 on special teams. That is because Hollidaysburg have some clinical kick returners, including Carter Muth, who's averaging 33 yards per return. That one, returned by one of the upmen, takes it only to the 26. First down and 10 on the right side. 2 receivers left and 1 right for Delatry in the gun. Stoltz is the receiver right. Delatry takes the snap, handoff me, the weak sign, he's loose, 35-40, oh, he's got speed, across midfield, 40, 35-30, no one's gonna catch him. Touchdown, Hollidaysburg, and oh my goodness, was that a response or what? 74 yards to the house.
Just found a lane right up the middle of the field, and I mentioned it. It's going to be the battle between the offensive and defensive line. So far in this game, Jersey Shore's defensive line, they have won the day. Not on that rep. Hollidaysburg made a wide lane up the middle of the field. Muth hit it in stride, and when he got to the second level, he was as good as gone.
Well, the Jersey Shore fans are familiar with it. Another big play given up. It's the first one today. A 74-yard rushing score. And now a point after to tie it up at 7. The kicker is Devin Walters. He has 23 for 26 on point after attempts this season. And that will be make number 24 for the Hollidaysburg kicker, as it is the Tigers responding just one play from scrimmage after conceding the opener. They have now tied it at 7 apiece. Well, you knew the big one was coming. It has been a bit of a momentum shift in the previous games, Ryan, and now Hollidaysburg quickly getting their name back in the mixer here. They're tied up with the Bulldogs 7 apiece, 11 minutes, 21 seconds left in the second quarter.
And when I was on the field last week after the game against Williamsport, there was a long conversation between the Jersey Shore players and staff about the problems they've had giving up the big plays. We saw it a lot last week against Hollidaysburg. Big-time runs, big-time throws of over 70-plus yards. That's what almost got Williamsport back into the game. It's what got Hollidaysburg their first touchdown of the day. Jersey Shore's really got to button up giving up these big plays, because when you give up runs like that, it's really just it's a big momentum shift and just a big backbreaker for the Bulldogs.
They have given up 40 points or more in 3 games this season, the Bulldogs. 2 of them, of course, in wins. Williamsport, they gave up 40 in a win. In Del Val, they gave up 42 in what was a 7-point victory. Of course, the other one, that 42-43 loss in double overtime against Shamokin. Granted, that one, of course, took double overtime to break the 40-point barrier, but it has been a storyline this season. Devin Walters, fresh off of capping off the drive. One play, 74 yards for the score. That ties it up at 7. He'll send it end over end. This one will be returned on the far side by Watkins at the 10. He takes it middle of the park, 15 at the 20, and he is wrapped up. That's a big hit. A big hit to the 22-yard line.
When going back,
Ethan Koch was there on the stop.
And going back to that touchdown run, we mentioned pregame, without Cash Harrod, were there going to be questions up the middle of the field for this Jersey Shore defense? And where has Hollidaysburg been running the ball this game? Up the middle. They know Harrod's not playing. They try to take advantage of it. They didn't do a good job in the first quarter. In the second, they get a big run.
If you're just joining us, you might be able to catch on the far sideline. Cash Harrod in street clothes, black sweatpants, and his orange number 30. He is out today. First play from scrimmage on this drive, a 4-receiver set. Pauling takes the shotgun snap. Handoff up the middle, and he's loose. 25 to the 30. Leaps over another 35 to the 40. Secrets, and down at the 48-yard line. A 27-yard run for Bo Secrets. He leads all of the Heartland Athletic Conference in rushing yards, and that was a big burst, his longest run of the game.
And while the Jersey Shore defense has struggled giving up the big plays, the Jersey Shore offense certainly not struggled at making the big plays. They get a big run there from Sechrist.
On 1st and 10 left side, Pauling this time to throw under pressure, shakes a defender, and now fires it deep for Reinhardt, and he can't get it. He can't get it, it's incomplete. It was just overthrown to the sophomore receiver, Reinhardt, who made a reception in the last game. In the last drive, rather, I should say, was his first reception in 3 games. And that one would have gone to the house had he made the connection. Paul, and just a slight overthrow, but he had him.
Yeah, Reinhardt there matched up with the Hollidaysburg cornerback. Looked like it was Caden McChrystal, number 16. He had to step on him.
On the next play, Sechrist wrapped up from behind, lunges forward. They could only get back to the line of scrimmage. There was an unmarked defender, Joseph Richardson, again, making the stop. 3rd and 10 to come, 10:40 left in the half.
Yeah, that big throw is one they're going to want back. Pauling missed him by just a half a step. Reinhardt reached out. It was just too far.
So on 3rd down and 10, Jersey Shore throwing 48. Trips right, 1 left. Pauling in the gun. Takes the snap, play fake. 3-man rush. Throws it right side. A diving catch. He couldn't get it. Off of the knee of Luke Ryan. That would have been enough for the first. The ball was a bit lower, but Ryan, I'm sure from his perspective, would have wanted that one back. A good 27-yard rush from Bo Sechrist to start this drive will be negated by a couple of incompletions and a rush for no gain. 4th down and 10, the Bulldogs punted.
And 3rd down conversion is something Jersey Shore really struggled with this season. Right now, just 1 for 4 on 3rd down.
This one will be sent away by Ryan at the 48. Snap is good. This one booted end over end. It'll drag the returner inside of the 10. He muffed it at the 5, picks it up. They outkick the coverage. He takes it to the 10, 15. Wrapped up on an arm tackle to the 20 and down at the 23-yard line. Well, Luke Ryan punted it so impressively. It kind of outkicked the coverage a little bit, as we mentioned. The returner, J.J. Stoltz, able to get something positive past the 20 to the 22.
That's a good return there by Stoltz. He fumbled it at about the 7 or 8 yard line to get back and get up as far as he did past the 20-yard line. A really good return there to set up his offense and make sure that they're not backed up on their own goal line.
It'll mark it instead at the 23. A first down and 10. The Tigers' last play was a 76-yard score. Vincent Consiglio has now checked in at tailback for the first time. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Alatri in the gun on the left side hash. Another bit of a hard count and another stoppage. This will be another offsides. And this time it was Willits who moved on the far end.
It's the second time they've been able to catch Jersey Shore with the hard count. They're trying to get to the quarterback. Their edge rushers playing really aggressive, playing up towards the line of scrimmage, about as close as they can to try to get a jump on the quarterback. A good hard count there by Delatry to force them offsides.
First down and 5 after the encroachment. Delatry in the gun on the left side, 28. Same formation. The senior takes the snap. Delatry keeps it himself on the left side. He's got space to the 35, the 40. Had 1 minute. Oh, he threw a defender to the ground. Past midfield and down inside the 45. And that got the visiting crowd in a blaze. That was something a little mean for the senior quarterback, Delatry. He was shoving defenders away.
Had a defender all over him, like you mentioned, just able to get his arm in there, make enough space, and just throw him to the ground. Haven't seen him keep a lot of those on the read option, but a good run.
Down at the 44, first down and 10. They'll hand it off Consiglio past the line of scrimmage. Out to about the 40. Took a sharp hit there inside of that marker from a Jersey Shore defender. It was Talon Lowe bringing him down first. It'll be all the way to the 38, a 6-yard gain, and you can feel the momentum switch.
And a good run there by Consiglio. Got him at about 2 yards up the field, able to push the pile for an extra gain.
Delatry on second down in short, takes the snap. Handoff again, Consiglio. And this time the Bulldogs were there for, and I tell you what, that was another throwdown. This time by a Bulldog defender. They're starting to play physical out there on that far side edge. That looked like Willits making the stop. Third down and 4 after the 1-yard loss.
Hollidaysburg, this is their fourth third down attempt of the game. They've already converted 1, and they've converted a 4th down. Wonder if they don't get it here. We're certainly in go-for-it territory.
Just over 9 minutes left. More hard count. This time the Bulldogs stayed put. 3rd and 4. Delatry runs out to his right. Under pressure. Down he goes! Connor Yingling with a massive loss. Back to their own 45. They kept backing up and backing up. It's a 20-plus yard loss. Connor Yingling with the speed off the edge.
And a mistake there from Delatry. He's got to get that throw away much quicker. If he just throws it away, I know you don't like, you looking for the big play, trying to pick up the 3rd down. He's got to get that throw out, make it to where you can go for it on 4th and short in Jersey Shore territory. A huge sack like that means that you're forced to punt.
Connor Yingling now a team-high 4.5 sacks this season. That was his biggest. As this one was booted, a line drive punt, bounces once at the 30, a second time at the 20, fielded at the 10. He takes it 15 Watkins and out of bounds at the 17-yard line. But how about Connor Yingling? He now has a TFL in every game this season. I would imagine, Ryan, that was his largest TFL. It turns what was a massive momentum burst for the Tigers into a drive dead on arrival.
Yeah, that sack was huge. Hollidaysburg, driving into Jersey Shore territory, looked like they were destined to find another score. A huge sack there, push them all the way back into their 40-yard line, force a punt, take some of the momentum back, and get your offense back on the field.
8:14 left in the half. Bulldogs tied. It's a push pass for Seacrest on the first play. Stiff arms a man, gets to about the 20, look to burst it back to the outside, and will be wrapped up at the 21. A 3-yard gain there for Seacrest. You see that push pass. They've been doing it a lot in the last few weeks. That one good for about 4, they'll call it. 2nd down and 6. They spot it, give him an extra yard to the 22. Less than 8 minutes left in a tie ball game in the first half. Pauly now rolls out to his left to pass, steps up, fires it deep. Oh, it was nearly intercepted. Watkins and Pauling not on the same page. Caden McChrystal nearly chased it down for a pick. Instead, it's an incomplete pass.
Watkins running a little comeback route. Pauling thought he was on a go. He hoisted that ball down the field, just tried to throw it as far as he could down the sideline. Watkins and Pauling, like you mentioned, not on the same page, and they're lucky that wasn't picked off.
3rd down and 6. Pauling in the gun. They'll spread him out 4 receivers. Takes the snap, play fake. Looks to the left side. Fires over the middle, and it's incomplete. Oh, it was through the hands of Carson Watkins. That would have been enough for the first and then some. But Watkins might have slipped up maybe just a little bit when he made us cut back to the inside. Had to adjust with his hands. And I think, Ryan, That is how he wasn't able to get his hands up in time for that reception. He was just trying to get his gathering first.
And that's the second drive in a row that Jersey Shore had a throw that would have picked up a first down that was dropped, and it forces another punt. Hollidaysburg's defense doing a good job. Keep Jersey Shore at bay. Keep giving their prolific offense chances.
This one will be punted on 4th and 6. End over end punt. Stoltz backs it up and will field it at the 31. Stutter steps to the 35. Breaks a tackle. No, he's tripped up. Oh, a late trip from the lunging leg. Unintentionally, it should be noted, but the leg of Jace Fetzer, that could have prevented a big drive. And by the way, our director and producer, Dave Stratton, wanted me to clarify, TFL stands for tackle for loss, Ryan. It is a big part of the game, especially in the modern game, and Connor England's got a good majority of them.
Yes, he does, and he's done a really good job. Sacks also count as tackles for loss, so he gets a TFL and a sack on that last play, and he's just done such a good job at forcing momentum and stopping momentum of other teams. They're going to need Yingling here on this drive.
When this play begins, they will have more drives in the second quarter than they did in the first. Delatry in the gun, 3 receiver set, halfway point in the second, takes the snap, throws, quick catch, quick reception right side, he's got speed. Past the 40 and is upended at the 47-yard line for the first down is J.J. Stoltz. And a gain, we'll call it, of about 17 yards, just shy of Jersey Shore territory to the 47. Both offenses are becoming very frantic here in the second quarter. Just over 7 minutes left in this first half. We're still tied at 7. Delatry in the gun, 4 receiver set. The senior quarterback takes the snap, 5-man rush. It's a handoff to the tailback. Meath cuts it to the outside, and this time he doesn't have the edge. A 2-yard loss as Luke Thompson wrapped him up. An excellent open field tackle. Both outside linebackers, Luke Thompson and Connor Yingling, having excellent first half so far, it has to be said.
And they've done such a good job at limiting this Golden Tigers rushing attack. Carter Muth, except for that 76-yard run, he's not had a lot of space to run. Credit where it's due to Jersey Shore stopping him.
2-yard loss, 2nd and 12, 45. Trips left, 1 right. Delatry went with the hard count and now looks to that near side. He is pointing to the mic. That is Thompson, and now makes an audible on the field. Still 13 to snap. 6.5 minutes left in the half. Delatry now takes the snap. Play fake. Takes it himself on the option. He's loose. A first down inside Jersey Shore territory. Before he breaks another tackle. 1 man to beat. 20, 15, 10, 5, and he's in. Touchdown, Hollidaysburg. Cole Delatry refusing to go down. It's a 55-yard rushing score, and the Tigers have their first lead of the night, 13-7, with the extra point pending. And that was a case, Ryan, where Cole Delatry just refused to go down. He broke, I think, on my count, 3 tackles, including a last-chance shove by Jersey Shore's Nolan Pauling as Delatry went in for the score. Carter Muth on the near side is firing up the visiting crowd. As this point after attempt, if successful, will make it a 7-point lead. Snap, holding, kick. That one is nothing but true. 6 minutes and 15 seconds left in the half. Hollidaysburg 14, Jersey Shore 7. Another big play given up by the Bulldogs.
Another 50-plus yard touchdown to Delatry, 54 yards of the house, and he just took it right up the middle. That's how they scored with Muth. That's how they score with Delatry. Jersey Shore done a good job for the most part in the run game, but when Hollidaysburg gets loose, man, do they get loose. Delatry kept it on a read option, had nothing but green grass in front of him. Like you mentioned, broke a tackle, and once he did that, he was gone. There was no catching him.
How about this? Both Hollidaysburg touchdowns have been for 55 yards or more. It's Cole Delatry and Carter Muth, both inviting themselves to the Jersey Shore crowd as they lead 14-7. The Bulldogs had the first score of the game, but 2 scores unanswered for the Golden Tigers has Hollidaysburg up 7, and they will kick it away left to right.
It has Jersey Shore for the first time on this game, and for the first time in a few weeks on their back foot.
Just over 6 minutes left in the first half. And this one will be sent away by the team in white. Hollidaysburg rushing an average of 268 yards per game. Back-to-back district championships for this Golden Tiger team led by Homer Delatry, his son at quarterback, rushing for 55 yards to give the visitors their first lead. As this one will be booted on the kickoff towards that far side, Watkins will field it at the 1. He takes it 5-10 outside right, numbers 15 to the 20, 25, stutter step move to the 30, tries to stay in bounds and will be brought down past the 30 to the 32-yard line. One of the better returns I can remember from this Jersey Shore special teams unit. And they're actually going to mark it a couple yards behind. They'll say he stepped out of bounds at the 30-yard line, still a sizable return.
Yeah, and they need that. Jersey Shore, their offense needs all the help it can get right now. They've been struggling, forced to a lot of third downs, not converting a lot of them. They need to do better with their own explosive plays, picking up first downs on second down and not keep forcing themselves into third downs.
Just over 6 minutes left in the first half. Bulldogs down 14-7. First play, handoff Sechrist. Gets to the line of scrimmage, looking to push the pile through contact, and he'll get wrapped up at the 31 for what looked like a 1-yard pickup. Braven Matthews and Joey Kiefer are the starting defensive tackles, and that looked like Kiefer getting the Sechrist first.
Yeah, Sechrist there just a run up the middle, finds nowhere to go. That's what Jersey Shore wants to do. They want to keep running the ball up the middle. They're kind of wear you down, be more physical over time.
On second down, they pass to the left side. Catch made by Watkins, cuts it upfield 35, first down at the 40, but a penalty marker is down. That is going to be enough for the first down right at that 40-yard line as Watkins looks to be hurt. Or actually, rather, one of the offensive players for Jersey Shore was waving for the medical staff, but Watkins said, no, you better pick me up. And that is exactly what happened as Watkins comes up. But now what of the flag? They spot it right at the first down marker, but based off of Hollidaysburg's reactions, this is going to be a holding, and it is, in fact, a holding. So with an 8-yard gain, it'll be backed up 10 on my view from the spot of the foul, and now it depends on what the spot was. But it looks like it'll be a second down and long beckoning for the Bulldogs, and what negates what would have been an impressive first down.
Yeah, it looked like it was holding on one of the receivers there on the screen pass, trying to give Watkins enough move to run up the field. A little bit too much physicality there as he gets called for the holding call. That flag came in right away.
They said the holding came just shy of the first down marker, so they'll back it up to the 29. That'll bring up a second down and 11. So an 8-yard reception negated by what was a net loss of about 3 yards on the holding that was in the open field. 4 receivers set, Pauling in the gun, takes the snap, looks right to throw, under pressure from the blind side, fires over the middle, deflected and incomplete. Nearly picked off there by Josh Banks. It's a bit unfair to call this for Pauling. He had to throw from his back shoulder to find him, but he did have an open target, didn't he, in Connor Winters, but Pauling, that wasn't part of his read, wasn't it? Was firing back over the middle. That would have been too dangerous. Third down and long.
You know, those are ones that you tell your quarterback not to throw. Pauling, credit, almost got it there, but Hollidaysburg has just done such a good job at making Pauling uncomfortable in the pocket, forcing him to roll out, make throws on the run, and they did a good job there to knock that one away.
Just over 5 minutes left in the first half. Bulldogs down 7 with the ball, 3rd and 11 at their own 29. 4 receivers set to each side. Pauling option play. Oh, good stutter step move. He breaks free at 35 to the 40 for the first down at the 42-yard line. What a play by Nolan Pauling. Goal Delatry bringing him down, but not before the 13-yard run out to the 42. That was impressive.
Yeah, good run there. Just took it right up the middle. Looked like it was a designed pass play, but he immediately went to run, was able to find enough space for the first down. Jersey Shore not done great this season converting on third down, but they get a huge one there.
First down, 42 and 10. He fires right side. Yingling making the screen pass. He doesn't get far. Brought down in the open field by what looked to be the pair that was led by Josh Banks and Caden McChrystal. They'll call it a reception. That went for no gain. Second down at the 42.
And McChrystal got there first. He was able to get around the legs there and drag him to the ground. A great open field tackle.
2nd and 10, 4.5 minutes left in the first half. Bulldogs down 14-7. Pauling, play fake, takes it himself on the option and brought down at the line of scrimmage again to the 42. As Hollidaysburg grows and adjusts more and more to that option play, it's been less and less fruitful slowly as this game progressed. And this time it was Joseph Richardson reading it like a book. Richardson involved in a lot of stops in this first half.
And this is why this Hollidaysburg defense is so good. They force you to 3rd and long. They're going to make you convert 3rd and longs.
Here we go, 3rd and 10. Pauling to pass. 4-man rush. Fires over the middle. It's intercepted. Picked off that midfield. He breaks the tackle. Shuds over another one to the 45, 40, and is wrapped up inside of the 40 to the 38-yard line. Tyler Rogers with his 2nd interception of the season. He was brought down from behind to save a potential touchdown, and Hollidaysburg up 7 will have possession in Jersey Shore territory to the 38. That's Pauling just trying to force one.
Yeah, Pauling had nobody open over the middle of the field. It looked like he was going for Watkins, who was running about a 10-yard in route. Watkins stopped his route a little bit early. I think Pauling was expecting him to carry over to the middle of the field. Watkins stopped it early. By the time Pauling noticed he'd stopped his route, the ball was already out and found a Golden Tiger defender.
So 1st and 10 drive for Hollidaysburg starting at the Jersey Shore 37 right side hash. Trips left, 1 right. Delatry in the gun, a lot of movement, and this time it's a false start. The Bulldogs were packing the line on the hard count, and that looked like the center, Scott Payne, that might have adjusted a bit late. And that'll back them up 5. They need what they can get here as the penalty marker makes it 1st and 15.
Just makes it a little bit harder on Hollidaysburg, and I think you're right. The center, they were trying to adjust the play, and when they did, somebody went early.
Drift left, 1 right. Delatry in the gun, Muth to tailback, takes the snap, 5-man rush, picked up, now under pressure, he rolls out to his left, rolls back out the middle, and down he goes. That's a loss, a big loss. Bo Sechrist was there to officially sweep it up. The linebacker was Ace Willits that forced Delatry back to the middle, a gang sack to bring up a 2nd down and 20+.
Yeah, Willits and Sechrist there making a Delatry sandwich, met at the quarterback and drug him to the ground.
Backed at their own 48-yard line, a 2nd down and 21 from my count. Delatry in the gun in a 4-receiver set, hard count, and now a look back to the near sideline for the play adjustment. 2 receivers on either side, Muth to tailback. Delatry reads the signals, now takes the snap, handoff to Muth, hesitates, cuts forward inside of the 45 and wrapped up at the 44 for a gain of 3. That's not going to bake the bread at this stage. 3rd and 17 to come.
And that is a big difference between these two offenses. Hollidaysburg a lot more comfortable making adjustments on the field, a lot more audibles, changing the play on the field. Jersey Shore typically, when the play's called, that's what they stick with. Hollidaysburg doing a little bit more movement, moving the line around as they try to find mismatch.
3rd down and 16 at the 44. Trips left, 1 right. Delatry in the gun. Muth is the tailback. Jersey Shore stacking the interior. Now the snap taken. He's under pressure, Delatry. Backs up to the left side to buy time. Under more pressure. Takes outside the numbers. He has speed to go to now. Inside the 40, 35, to the 30. Right at the 1st down marker. Inside of the 25. It looked like he got it. And that'll be a heartbreaker. It's a 1st down for Hollidaysburg. Delatry moving backwards, and if you're a Hollidaysburg supporter, you're going no, 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 yes, as the quarterback turns nothing into something.
Yeah, we saw that a few plays ago where Delatry took that big sack on the previous drives. He was running back, not able to find space, and Jersey Shore caught him. That time, Delatry does the same thing, but he finds a lane to the outside and picks up a huge 1st down.
1st and 10, 24, Delatry throws right side, screen pass, catch made upfield inside of the 20, and downed in the open field after another sizable gain just past or just shy of the 15. We'll call it to the 17-yard line. That's a 7-yard gain. 2nd down and short, less than 2 minutes remaining in the 1st half. Trips right, 1 left. Delatry in the gun, and there's movement. That's an automatic 1st down. Bo Sechrist trying to move on the snap count there, and will give the visitors a 1st.
Yeah, Sechrist there on the linebacker blitz, got the hard count. He started running right away, trying to get a head start, expecting it to be a run up the middle, try to get a head start, get behind the offensive line, and meet the running back behind the line. Good job there by Hollidaysburg on another hard count to force another neutral zone infraction.
1st down and 10, and now a stoppage. Near side official stopping with 1:32 on the clock. Hollidaysburg up 14-7. This is an important time to note, Ryan. The visitors are getting the ball back in this 2nd half. Jersey Shore had a 3-and-out to start the game. Hollidaysburg could very well and a slight adjustment from our public address announcer. Seems like one of the officials on the near side was settling something on that far side end zone. I couldn't exactly read what it was, though, judging by both supporters, it might have been a humorous one. 90 seconds left in the 1st half of a running clock. Delatry in the gun, 4-receiver set. Takes the snap, option, pitches to Muth on the outside. He's wrapped up for a loss, a 4-yard loss, as it was Luke Thompson closing out the edge, and a timeout taken immediately by Hollidaysburg. That stops the clock with 1:16 left in the 1st half. Homer Delatry using his 1st. This is a massive moment in this game, Ryan.
And this is a drive that Hollidaysburg wanted. They've done a really good job chewing off a lot of the clock, driving down the field, facing 3rd and longs, continuing to pick up 1st downs. And this is, like I said, this is the drive that they want to get. They want to bleed as much of the clock as they can, score here, get the ball coming out of the half. In what feels like, Nick, if I'm not mistaken, the first time in one of these games for Jersey Shore this season that they don't feel like they're in control. Even in the loss that they had, they felt like there was points in the game where they were in control. It really doesn't feel like Hollidaysburg's played the game they've won. They've been in control so far this game. for Jersey Shore, there's going to be a lot that they need to clean up coming out of the second half.
So 2nd down and 12, the first timeout taken by Hollidaysburg. I have to apologize here, Ryan, because I've just noticed that the timeouts are incorrect on the scoreboard. They're not that they're incorrect, it's that they're the same color as our scoreboard on the Bear Country 999 YouTube channel. So once again, we apologize. There are 2 timeouts left, though, for Hollidaysburg, all 3 still for the Bulldogs. 1:16 left here in the first half. Delatry is in the gun in a 3-receiver set. Delatry takes the snap, takes it himself to that weak side, cuts up field to about the 10, negates the yardage on the loss, and then someone will pick up 4. That's where forward progress brings him down.
And that's the difference we've seen where Hollidaysburg couldn't get successful runs in the first quarter that they are in the second. On those read options, they kept handing it up to Muth up the middle. Jersey Shore did a good job at stopping him. Hollidaysburg makes the adjustment. Now it's Delatry keeping a lot of these read options, and he's finding space to the outside.
And we have a stoppage in play. There is an injured Jersey Shore player that will prompt the clock to stop. It'll be a 3rd down and about 8. With 1 minute and 3 seconds left to play in this first half. A 5-yard rush by Delatry on the quarterback keeper. As both teams go to their respective huddles, it slows the play down a little bit in what's been a very fast-paced first half, hasn't it, Ryan? And you see Hollidaysburg grow a bit more into this game, and you talk about the war of attrition for the Bulldogs' perspective in that they like to wear teams down and then really capitalize, especially in the third quarter. Jersey Shore's most successful quarter this season has been the third quarter. And it seems when you have a team like Hollidaysburg with so much depth, that's a lot harder to do.
Yeah, that's the big thing. When you're playing fellow 4A schools, a lot of schools that you play are playing guys on both sides of the ball. Hollidaysburg does have a few, but for the vast majority of it, them being a 5A school, they have enough kids where they have enough substitutions to keep guys fresh. Jersey Shore loves to play. I think it's a good way to put it, a war of attrition. They like to wear you down and then knock you out in the third and fourth quarter. Hollidaysburg, though, has been the ones that have wore down the Bulldogs.
They only have 3 two-way starters in the starting lineup. The injured Jersey Shore player, I believe, was Connor Yingling. He is escorted off by the athletic trainers. 1 minute left. Play resuming quickly of a running clock, 1 minute. 2 timeouts for Hollidaysburg, 3rd down and 8. Motion right to left is Banks. Delatry takes a snap, play fake. He throws to right side. 1-on-1 in the end zone. It's incomplete. Excellent deflection by the near side defensive back. That prevented the score. I believe it was Reinhardt who is 1-on-1 with the receiver Stoltz to bring up a 4th down and 7. And now a personnel change means a potential field goal attempt from my view. That was actually Watkins, Carson Watkins, who saved a touchdown with that play. And now this is a big one, because this is the first field goal attempt for Devin Walters this season. He is 25 for 30 on point afters this season. This one from 27 yards to make it a 2-possession game. Snap, hold, kick on the way for Walters. Did it curve too much left? No, it did not. It's good. Walters just inched it through the right side of the left side upright, and his first made field goal is a big one. It gives Hollidaysburg a 2-possession lead with 45 seconds remaining in the first half, and for the visitors, you will take that.
Yeah, huge field goal there. That one kind of went a little bit to the left, almost went outside the post. He's able to curl it enough that it goes through the post, and that is a huge field goal for Hollidaysburg to get. With the long sustained drive they had, it really would have felt like a loss if they weren't able to find points on that drive. Jersey Shore did a good job, bend but don't break. But Hollidaysburg getting the ball in the second half to be able to find a score on that drive, go up 2 scores going into the break. Except if Jersey Shore was able to get a miracle here, you expect Hollidaysburg to be up 2 scores going into the break. Getting the football back, that is a huge field goal to get.
And now as a result, with less than a minute, the Bulldogs, they do have 3 timeouts. How risky do you want to be here? You are down by 10. At the same time, you don't want this to get too ugly at the end of the first half. You have seen, for Jersey Shore's perspective, Ryan, receivers get open, but they haven't had that big play so far, that big bang play through the air at least.
Well, Nick, think back to that game against Shamokin when we were talking about going into the half. Shamokin was down, and then we're going for it, trying to be aggressive with less than a minute left to try to find another score. And what happened? They fumbled the ball, and they set up another Jersey Shore touchdown. If I'm Jersey Shore, you play this safe. Run the ball into the half.
End-over-end kick fielded at the 5, and now it's a reverse play to the right side of the 10, 15. Flag is down. They didn't fool them. Multiple flags are down as he'll finally be wrapped up, Ryan, at about the 19-yard line, but this one might pin him deep. They were looking for the trickeration, Jersey Shore. However, with the factor, hey, look at that, we got the timeouts working, but with the factor of the penalty marker, this might properly put this half to rest.
Yeah, I'd assume so. If this is on Jersey Shore, it's going to back them up near their own goal line, probably around their own 10-yard line. And if that's the case, like I said, you don't want to get too risky. You can't risk getting a turnover and giving Hollidaysburg another score going into the half. If I'm Jersey Shore, kneel the ball out. I know you don't like being down going into the half, but even if you are able to get a touchdown, either way, you're going to be down in halftime. Kneel the ball out, make some halftime adjustments. Tell your defense you're depending on them to get a stop coming out of the half, but there's no need to take a risk here.
Well, the big question, and this is the one a lot of Jersey Shore fans are asking, what is the adjustment needed here? Because you've got both touchdowns scored on big money plays of 55 yards or more. But then you see Hollidaysburg sustain a pretty long drive that led to a field goal. The big play needs to be stopped because it's become an issue in the last few weeks, hasn't it?
The big thing is stopping Cole Delatry. A lot of their big runs have come thanks to him on the read option. Like I said, in the first quarter, a lot of those were going up the middle, and Jersey Shore did a good job to stop it. They've got to make some adjustments, read Delatry more on those option plays, try to stop him as both teams coming off the field, or they're going to re-kick it.
They're going to do a re-kick because of offsetting penalties. So you have penalties on both sides that'll offset everything. And so, well, Jersey Shore will look for that big play on special teams. Looking for a score. That'll definitely make it interesting. They had a trick play on a reverse between two returnmen, Watkins and Ryan. It didn't work. And they're going to re-kick because of fouls on both teams. One for a face mask, the other for a holding on the offset. So 36 seconds left. And they'll do it over again. Not often you see that, is it?
No, it's not. It's why I was wondering. I thought maybe the clock was running and they were coming off the field going to halftime. Hey, you don't see re-kicks too often.
But a re-kick is what we are going to get. Devin Walters setting it back down at the 40. Well, if you want Jersey Shore to try to get something out of the dying embers of this first half, it's going to start with at least an exceptional kick return.
Yeah, the only way that I think Jersey Shore would get aggressive on offense is if this kick return goes near midfield, because then you have a chance where you're not too far out from field goal range, but they wouldn't need a good return.
They do it again. This one fielded at the 5 by Watkins. He takes it to the 10, to the 15, tries to reverse over the middle, breaks the tackle, and is wrapped up shy of the 20 to the 18-yard line. You don't hate that for Carson Watkins. Might as well try to get something out of it, field it, see what happens. In the end, Hollidaysburg equal to it, and so the Bulldogs with 28 seconds left, but 3 timeouts. We'll see how risky they're willing to be here.
When we know this is an aggressive Bulldogs team, that is their calling card. I'm not going to be surprised if they take some shots down the field, try to find a big play, but I think I would advise against it.
We talked about it pregame that this had the potential of being the most difficult opponent that Jersey Shore has faced this season, and with the big plays alone, that statement looks to be correct. Yes, even better maybe than Shamokin. On first down and 10, they spread him out. Pauling in the gun, takes the snap, rolls right to throw, fires it right side, and it's intercepted. It's intercepted. It's picked off at the 25. It's Josh Banks, the player that ended the game last season for the Bulldogs, has just applied a massive, massive punch with 23 seconds in the half. Pauling throwing the interception, Banks receiving it, and Hollidaysburg are in the driver's seat looking for more.
Well, Nick, I mentioned that game against Shamokin, and when Shamokin going into the halftime, they were down, they tried to get aggressive, and they fumbled the ball, which led to a Jersey Shore touchdown. That's why I don't like being aggressive in those spots. I know you want to chase points. I know that you know that Hollidaysburg is going to get the ball out of the half. With how their offense is moving, you want to try to get aggressive in 5 points, but sometimes you just have to swallow it and go to the half. They don't. And this could lead to more Hollidaysburg points.
Delatry, first play from scrimmage, rolls out to his right, has time, now steps up, gets inside the 30, 25, 20, 15, has space to the outside of the 10, the 5, touchdown, Hollidaysburg. It was a turnover for Jersey Shore, and on the first play from scrimmage, Delatry has his second rushing touchdown of the day. In that one, you're going to have to come back feeling that Jersey Shore allowed themselves. 23-7. Here comes the extra point.
Yeah, again, just an unneeded mistake. Delatry all the time to throw in the pocket. Ended up stepping up, running across the middle, going towards that left side. There was no one there to stop him. He's able to find the end zone. And Hollidaysburg now firmly in control of this game.
The point after attempt is through the uprights and good. It is rare that you see a team come into Jersey Shore and perform like this. But that is exactly what Hollidaysburg is doing in front of a stunned Jersey Shore crowd. The Tigers, golden. They have scored 24 unanswered points and lead 24-7 with 13 seconds left in the half. The medicine was not taken, Ryan, and they're feeling the side effects.
And like I said, that's why I don't like being aggressive in those spots. When you're down, I know you want to chase those points, but you got to swallow it, swallow your pride, and just go into the half down, because now Hollidaysburg has a chance to go up 31-7 if they're able to score a touchdown coming out of the half. Just disaster for Jersey Shore there to end the half.
A 10-point deficit to a 17-point deficit. We have seen Jersey Shore capitalize in the end of first halves this season. I can remember most specifically against Shamokin and against Selinsgrove, where they made use of some poor errors. But this time it was the Bulldogs making the error, and it was the traveling Hollidaysburg team that capitalized on it. One play from scrimmage and one score on the rush from Cole Delatry. Devin Walters pooching this one. It'll be returned at the 10. He takes it to the 15, 20, tries to reverse to the 25, and it'll be wrapped up at the 26. 6 seconds on the clock. They will have time for at least to play the Bulldogs.
Yeah, now you just kneel it down and run it up the middle and take it into the half. No way you run a play here. With 6 seconds left, you're not going to be able to get off more than one play anyway. Just kneel the ball down and go into the half.
It's an unfortunate stat, but it's one worth saying. Nolan Pauling now has 4 interceptions in the first half of the last 2 games, 2 against Williamsport and now 2 here against Hollidaysburg. 4 receivers set, 2 on each side, 1st and 10 to the 26, and now a stoppage on the far side. And it looks they got to give him an extra yard is the call. So instead of the 26, it is the 27. And judging by the formation, Jersey Shore might try to air this one out again. They could just hand it off to Sechrist and put it to bed. That's going to be what they do on the reverse. Handoff Sechrist, gets upfield and wrapped up at the 28. And that is how a first half of action ends. And for the first time this season, it is a half that the visitors at Thompson Street Stadium will be more happy about. Jersey Shore opened the scoring to go up 7-0, and then Hollidaysburg scored 24 unanswered points. 2 rushing touchdowns from Cole Delatry and a garnish from Carter Muth that has the Tigers up 24-7 going into the halftime locker room. That first half stung.
Yeah, and the big thing is Hollidaysburg is just, they're doing everything Jersey Shore wants to do, but they're doing it better. They're more physical up front. They're getting the explosive plays. Their offensive line has done a good job blocking up front. The defensive line, a good job getting to the quarterback, forcing him to be uncomfortable, forcing 2 turnovers. But it really goes back to that end of the half where it feels like Jersey Shore beat themselves there at the end. They overthought the play, tried to find points to end the half, maybe get a little bit of momentum, but it came back to bite them in a big way. It's going to be a very interesting halftime conversation in the Jersey Shore locker room.
At the end of the first half, it's Jersey Shore 7, Hollidaysburg 24. The halftime show is coming up next. You're tuned in to Jersey Shore football on the Bear Country Sports Network.
Now's the time to reserve space for your pup at Sweet Dreams Pet Resort on Sunrise Lane in Mill Hall for this fall and winter. Individual indoor suites for your best friend featuring raised dog beds, grooming on site, air conditioning, radiant heat, and an outdoor playground. Take advantage of weekday doggy daycare, 570-377-0340. Fully licensed and insured, fully staffed with on-site security at all times. Online at sweetdreamspetresort.com and on Facebook. Sweet Dreams Pet Resort, where we treat your dog like family.
It seems like there's an automotive parts store on every corner, and they all probably have the part or product you need. But do they know what you need? And do they know they have it? For automotive parts and knowledge, come to the automotive parts store that has automotive experience, Napa Auto Parts. The staff at Napa Auto Parts has the experience to answer your questions and make sure you get what you need. Napa Auto Parts, Hogan Boulevard, Mill Hall, and Bridge Street, Jersey Shore. Napa Auto Parts, Central PA's trusted source for automotive parts and knowledge for generations.
A proud supporter of the Jersey Shore Bulldogs, TLC Fuels is a family-owned local business. Established in 1998, TLC Fuels serves residential, farm, and commercial customers from their Jersey Shore location just off of Route 220 at the Pine Creek exit. From fuel oil to diesel fuel and gasoline, TLC Fuels has thrived on a consistent dedication to you and your family. Call 570-753-5722 today.
Think about the last time you thanked yourself for something. Maybe it was that me time you took last Tuesday, or finally learning Italian. Want to do something you'll really thank yourself for later? Start creating a plan for your financial goals today. State Farm agent Jason Eberhardt is here in Jersey Shore to help you build a plan that will set you up for success. The earlier you start planning your goals, the better off you'll be. Call State Farm agent Jason Eberhardt today, 570-865-5191. Then, thank yourself later. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
B.A. Meixel for local residential and commercial electrical contracting. With over 15 years serving Central Pennsylvania, B.A. Meixel has built up relationships with hundreds of home and business owners in Jersey Shore and beyond. Trust B.A. Meixel's trained electricians for all of your needs. Take advantage of their industry-leading guarantees. Call 570-398-7837 today to find out more. B.A. Meixel Electric, proud supporter of Jersey Shore sports.
WQBR 99.9 FM.
Welcome, Creek Unique Candles and More and Tightrope Films to Lock Haven. Located at 20 Bellefonte Avenue, featuring handmade candles plus everything from dog treats to 3D printed vases, all handmade products. And Tightrope Films, where Thomas Fleming looks to give your wedding or other special event a special look. Content for clients at an affordable price. Visit today. Creek Unique Candles and More and Tightrope Films, open 10 till 6 Monday through Saturday. 570-244-6882. Find them on Facebook.
It seems like the cost of everything is on the rise, but Erie Insurance can help make sure your auto insurance premium isn't one of them. Avoid rate increases with Erie Rate Lock. Even if you have a claim, your rates won't go up until you change a car, driver, or address.
Your local Erie agent is Brigandi, Gleghorn, and Hafley. Get a quote today.
Erie Rate Lock is not available in all states. Other conditions and limitations at erieinsurance.com. Go to erieinsurance.com for company licensure and product details.
Always supporting the Jersey Shore Bulldogs, it's the Twilight Diner in Loganton, open 7 days and featuring a full menu, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and daily specials. So good people ask for their food by name, and they bring that great taste on the road with the Twilight Diner on wheels. And now at this area's newest venue for weddings, reunions, and gatherings, Miller's Barn in Tylersville. Hold your next event in the middle of Amish country. Twilight Diner, 603 North Mill Street, Loganton. 570-725-3911 for takeout.
Fred Ham Disposal has proudly served the community with residential and commercial trash removal for the last 55 years. They're a family-owned company that cares about the environment and their customers, providing extensive trash removal and recycling options. Their fleet of trucks provide reliable pickup service, and they give you a chance to pay your bill online. Fred Ham Disposal, here for you. Call 570-398-1814.
Get ready to hit the road with these great trips through Susquehanna Trailways. Shop early November 11th at the King of Prussia Malls. Spend November 18th at Windy Creek Resort Casino. The 27th, the Duncan Thanksgiving Day Parade. November 28th, Cozier's Christmas Village. Call Susquehanna Trailways 570-322-5361 weekdays between 8 and 4. Check the Susquehanna Trailways Facebook page and website for more information. Hit the road with Susquehanna Trailways.
Bear Country 99.9 FM.
Halftime at Thompson Street Stadium. The visiting Hollidaysburg Golden Tigers ahead against the Bulldogs 24-7. Once again, alongside Tom Fleming and Ryan States, I'm Nicolas Severini. We're live here from the visitors' press box. The Hollidaysburg Marching Band is in the backdrop for this one, Ryan. in what was a game that just progressively got worse for the Bulldogs. It has to be said, Hollidaysburg wore them down, almost beating the Shore at their own game so far in the first half, through the first 24 minutes.
You mentioned we have the Hollidaysburg band in the backdrop, but the Hollidaysburg offense and their football team in general has been front and center. We look at the scoring plays here. Bo Sechrist got Jersey Shore off to a fast start, a 4-yard touchdown run after a sustained drive to start the second quarter to put the Shore up 7-0. But since then, it's been all Hollidaysburg all the time. Carter Muth, a 76-yard rushing touchdown. Then Chase DeLauder, a 54-yard touchdown run. Then there was Walters with a touchdown, or hitting a field goal rather, 27-yard field goal near the end of the half. And then after a Jersey Shore interception, Cole Delatry found pay dirt again, a 30-plus yard touchdown run right at the end of the half, and that's how we have this 24-7 score.
What it really stands out to me is that the Bulldogs giving up the big play again, and as a result, Hollidaysburg took advantage, and then the Bulldogs making a mistake offensively with an interception. One play later, they found the end zone. Hollidaysburg just so opportunistic, especially in that second quarter. It's made the difference in this game.
And we've seen Jersey Shore a few times this season where their offense struggles early on, but their defense is able to get stops and keep giving them possessions. Hollidaysburg has done a good job not only with the big plays, but sustaining drives as well, picking up consistent first downs, chewing the clock, eating up time of possession, and keeping the Jersey Shore offense off the field. And because of that, it just felt like the Bulldogs could never find their rhythm outside of that opening touchdown drive. And you mentioned the mistakes at the half, the 2 interceptions led to 14 Hollidaysburg points, and that last one at the end of the half, just a back-breaking play.
It has been an emotional week for the entire Jersey Shore community, and while we have had our fair share of remembrance and then some and excellent tributes, we have another tribute that we have to bring up as well that is taking place in Williamsport this weekend. The late Jersey Shore high school football player Max Engel will be remembered tomorrow at the first ever The Sound That Stays Music Festival at Antlers on the Water in Williamsport. Gates open at 11:30, music starting shortly thereafter, and continues all the way until 10 p.m. on 2 different stages. The goal is to raise cash to fund a full-year scholarship for a student at the Uptown Music Collective. Tickets are $45 each and will be available at the gate. For more information, go to thesoundthatstays.com. All in one word, thesoundthatstays.com. When we return, we will have our keys to the second half as well as our out-of-town scoreboard. That's coming up next. You're tuned in to Jersey Shore football on the Bear Country Sports Network.
Reliable. That word sums up Hollick's Coal and Oil in Jersey Shore. Stocked and ready to go for fall and winter, Hollick's is a phone call away, 570-398-1190. A fixture in the community for the last 75 years. Hollick's Coal and Oil will fill you up shortly after you call. Hollick's Coal and Oil, 248 Locust Street in Jersey Shore. Hollick's Coal and Oil, 570-398-1190.
Fall is calling and adventure awaits. This is Graham at C.H. Waltz Outdoor and RV, and we're rolling out unbeatable deals as the season turns. Save thousands and choose from top brands like Forest River, Winnebago, KZ, and Intech RV in a great selection of floor plans. At C.H. Waltz Outdoor and RV, we believe in transparent pricing, no pressure sales, and absolutely no hidden fees. Visit us in the Pine Creek Valley or online at chwaltzoutdoor.com. Adventure awaits at C.H. Waltz Outdoor and RV.
Life moves pretty fast, and so does technology. So we should be proud that after over 40 years, Reese's Print Shop in Lock Haven still provides excellent work for everyone in Bear Country. So many other print shops have closed their doors, but Randy Reese still offers digital and offset printing at competitive prices, and they're fast. Reese's Print Shop, 7 East Main Street, Lock Haven. Stop in, email randy@reesesprintshop.com or call 570-748-6528. Reese's Print Shop. See what we can do for you or your company.
New home, big dreams, real life plans. You're saving, you're doing the best you can. You need a friend and a helping hand. Journey Bank, Journey Bank.
Since 1925, Erie Insurance has been providing protection. Auto, home, life, business, and flood insurance. Annuities, too. Get a great price and the service you expect from your local Erie agent, Fager Insurance Agency in Lock Haven, serving the area for the last 57 years. Find out why over 90% of Erie Insurance customers renew year after year. Call 570-748-3570 to get a free quote. Fager Insurance Agency, 511 East Church Street, Lock Haven.
Cutting Edge Country, WQBR, The Bear.
Charles Construction is a full-service site development contractor performing all phases of residential and commercial work. Excavation, foundations, sewer, water, and underground utility installation. Paving, too, also working with the natural gas industry. Community-oriented, Charles Construction supports the Jersey Shore Bulldogs. Call today, 570-753-3595, located in Avis at 858 East Central Avenue. Charles Construction, serving the community for the last 54 years.
You owe it to yourself to come into Kleiny's Home Furnishings, Route 150 between Woolrich and Avis, and find out for yourself why generations of happy customers keep coming back, keep coming home to Kleiny's. Quality, value, service, selection.
And Kleiny's offers free delivery and 6 months same as cash.
Right. That's why it keeps our family coming back, coming home to Kleiny's. Online at kleiny'sfurniture.com.
From mowing to harvesting and taking care of snow, Donner Equipment just south of Mill Hall on Route 64 has what you need to get it done. Want to keep your home warm and cozy? Check out the Crown Royal Outdoor Furnaces. If you're cutting your own firewood, Donner Equipment is your steel dealer. Donner Equipment for Kubota, Honda Power Sports, Suzuki, Land Pride, steel, trailers, and accessories. See it all now at Donner Equipment, just south of Mill Hall on Route 64. Visit us online at DonnerEquipment.com.
Hey, it's Giveaway Jay from Alexander Kia, 933 Broad Street, Montoursville. August was a great new car month. We exceeded Kia's objective, which is great news. But now I have over 100 pre-owned vehicles in stock, serviced and ready for immediate delivery. Rates are coming down, banks are getting aggressive, improving loans like never before. Alexander Kia, 933 Broad Street, Montoursville. At alexanderkia.com. And remember, we're taking the deals the other guys won't.
Looking for a great time in Avis? Head to Mother Carol's Midtown Bar, the friendliest place in town. Grab a cold beer or malt beverage, soak in the good vibes, and meet the amazing bartenders and friendly crowd. Challenge your friends to PA skill games or shoot some pool. And yes, smoking is permitted. Family owned for 49 years, you'll find us at 111 West Central Avenue in Avis. Open 3 to 10 Mondays, 11 to 10 Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and 11 to 11 Fridays and Saturdays.
WQBR 99.9 FM.
Well, if you're tuning in on the Bear Country 999 YouTube channel, you did not just see that. There was a pyrotechnic show by the Hollidaysburg Marching Band. One of the sparklers even still going. How about that? Churning and moving its way all the way to the end. He continues to push through. Excellent job by pyrotechnic on the left side. I think they had actual fire, in fact, on the far side as well. A lot of fire on the field in favor of the visitors, leading 24-7. We're about 8 minutes away from second half resumption. A look at our out-of-town scoreboards. A lot of blowouts at the first half, Ryan.
Yeah, we'll start it off. Shamokin, talk about a blowout. 42-7 right now over Williamsport. Montoursville leading Central Mountain at the half, 31-0. Warrior Run and Loyal Sock, that's a close one right now with the Warrior Run defenders holding a slim 28-21 lead at the half.
Whew,
Central Columbia and Mifflinburg, talk about not high scoring. The Tigers and the Wildcats deadlocked at 7-7. Danville, the Ironmen, against Mount Carmel. The Red Tornadoes up 36-7. Central Columbia and Milton far in front right now, a 41-0 score at the half. Shikellamy, as they get ready to approach halftime, up 21-0 over Sealands Grove. Midwest, the Mustangs down 28-0 at the start of the third quarter to Lewisburg Athens, a 33-7 lead against Towanda. Hughesville, the Spartans down 14-0 right now in Bloomsburg as they get ready to approach halftime.
It's going to be a little bit of uneasiness if you're a Jersey Shore supporter. Athens, of course, right behind them in the Division IV 4A standings. Second and third is a big deal. If you finish in second, you host that first round playoff game. You will be the visitors if you finish in third. And Shikellamy, who is also right behind Athens, is up, as mentioned, against Selinsgrove 2. As we're about 7 minutes away from the start of the second half, both bands going back into the stands. Both teams are going to come back out onto the field in short time, Ryan. Let's talk about our keys to the second half, because it was an interesting half in terms of the adjustments. What have you seen, Ryan, from Jersey Shore adjusting to that injury to Cash Harrod?
That's where they've struggled, really, is up the middle because of not having Harrod. You mentioned they shift Luke Thompson inside, and Hollidaysburg has taken advantage. A lot of their big runs coming up the middle of the field. When you look about Jersey Shore, what they need to adjust, the big thing, I'm going to go to the offense, is their offense needs to do a better job at staying on the field. Hollidaysburg has done a really good job at forcing them. Seems like Jersey Shore constantly facing third down and long. It's either 3rd and 10 or 3rd and 8. Or 3rd and 7, they need to do a better job at getting these to more 3rd and 4s or 3rd and 2s. That's where Jersey Shore is comfortable. That's the big thing. Hollidaysburg has made Jersey Shore uncomfortable for the first time this season. It really feels like Jersey Shore not dictating control of the game. They're going to need to get back to those ways if they want to come back in the second half.
If I may look at this at a tactical perspective, to put a percentage on it, I would say prior to this game, Jersey Shore would run twin tailbacks about 75 to 80% of the time during the game. Today, they've only done it a handful of times. It's been Connor Winters, the other tailback. He has not received a carry. Do you continue, if you're Jersey Shore in this second half, to go to that single back in the backfield, or you try to go back to what's worked so long, putting the sophomore in the game? It's had a real difficult moment with a very difficult team. How would you adjust tactically on the offensive side of the ball if you're a Jersey Shore team that has thrown 2 interceptions, and since those turnovers has been blanked offensively?
Well, I mentioned they've been facing 3rd and longs, and the big reason why is because they don't have that twin tailbacks. Their run game has not found a lot of space to move. I would try to go back to the twin tailback set. I know you don't have Harrod, but when you have Connor Winters or you have Chase Ellison or Jace Fetzer who can all take carries, I mean, what do you have to lose at this point? You're already down 24-7. Now's the time where I think you go back to what you're comfortable with. Try to find if it works. We've mentioned before, the third quarter is typically the quarter where Jersey Shore plays its best. They're going to need their best and then some in this third quarter to try to come back into this game.
The second half is coming up next. You're tuned in to Jersey Shore football on the Bear Country Sports Network.
Now's the time to reserve space for your pup at Sweet Dreams Pet Resort on Sunrise Lane in Mill Hall for this fall and winter. Individual indoor suites for your best friend featuring raised dog beds, grooming on site, air conditioning, radiant heat, and an outdoor playground. Take advantage of weekday doggy daycare, 570-377-0340. Fully licensed and insured, fully staffed with on-site security at all times. Online at sweetdreamspetresort.com and on Facebook. Sweet Dreams Pet Resort, where we treat your dog like family.
It seems like there's an automotive parts store on every corner, and they all probably have the part or product you need. But do they know what you need? And do they know they have it? For automotive parts and knowledge, come to the automotive parts store that has automotive experience, Napa Auto Parts. The staff at Napa Auto Parts has the experience to answer your questions and make sure you get what you need. Napa Auto Parts, Hogan Boulevard, Mill Hall, and Bridge Street, Jersey Shore. Napa Auto Parts, Central PA's trusted source for automotive parts and knowledge for generations.
A proud supporter of the Jersey Shore Bulldogs, TLC Fuels is a family-owned local business. Established in 1998, TLC Fuels serves residential, farm, and commercial customers from their Jersey Shore location just off of Route 220 at the Pine Creek exit. From fuel oil to diesel fuel and gasoline, TLC Fuels has thrived on a consistent dedication to you and your family. Call 570-753-5722 today.
Think about the last time you thanked yourself for something. Maybe it was that me time you took last Tuesday. Or finally learning Italian. Want to do something you'll really thank yourself for later? Start creating a plan for your financial goals today. State Farm agent Jason Eberhardt is here in Jersey Shore to help you build a plan that will set you up for success. The earlier you start planning your goals, the better off you'll be. Call State Farm agent Jason Eberhardt today, 570-865-5191. Then, thank yourself later. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
B.A. Meixel for local residential and commercial electrical contracting. With over 15 years serving Central Pennsylvania, B.A. Meixel has built up relationships with hundreds of home and business owners in Jersey Shore and beyond. Trust B.A. Meixel's trained electricians for all of your needs. Take advantage of their industry-leading guarantees. Call 570-398-7837 today to find out more. B.A. Meixel Electric, proud supporter of Jersey Shore sports.
WQBR 99.9 FM.
Welcome, Creek Unique Candles and More and Tightrope Films to Lock Haven. Located at 20 Bellefonte Avenue, featuring handmade candles plus everything from dog treats to 3D printed vases. All handmade products. And Tightrope Films, where Thomas Fleming looks to give your wedding or other special event a special look. Content for clients at an affordable price. Visit today. Creek Unique Candles and More and Tightrope Films, open 10 till 6 Monday through Saturday. 570-244-6882. Find them on Facebook.
It seems like the cost of everything is on the rise. But Erie Insurance can help make sure your auto insurance premium isn't one of them. Avoid rate increases with Erie Rate Lock. Even if you have a claim, your rates won't go up until you change a car, driver, or address.
Your local Erie agent is Brigandy, Gleghorn, and Hafley. Get a quote today.
Erie Rate Lock is not available in all states. Other conditions and limitations at erieinsurance.com. Go to erieinsurance.com for company licensure and product details.
Always supporting the Jersey Shore Bulldogs, it's the Twilight Diner in Loganton, open 7 days and featuring a full menu, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and daily specials. So good, people ask for their food by name, and they bring that great taste on the road with the Twilight Diner on wheels. And now at this area's newest venue for weddings, reunions, and gatherings, Miller's Barn in Tylersville. Hold your next event in the middle of Amish country. Twilight Diner, 603 North Mill Street, Loganton. 570-725-3911 for takeout.
Fred Ham Disposal has proudly served the community with residential and commercial trash removal for the last 55 years. They're a family-owned company that cares about the environment and their customers, providing extensive trash removal and recycling options. Their fleet of trucks provide reliable pickup service, and they give you a chance to pay your bill online. Fred Ham Disposal, here for you. Call 570-398-1814.
Get ready to hit the road with these great trips through Susquehanna Trailways. Shop early November 11th at the King of Prussia Malls. Spend November 18th at Windy Creek Resort Casino. The 27th, the Duncan Thanksgiving Day Parade. November 28th, Cozier's Christmas Village. Call Susquehanna Trailways 570-322-5361 weekdays between 8 and 4. Check the Susquehanna Trailways Facebook page and website for more information. Hit the road with Susquehanna Trailways.
Bear Country 99.9 FM.
Second half set to begin at Thompson Street Stadium. Jersey Shore 7, Hollidaysburg 24. Bulldogs trailing and will kick from right to left as both teams exit their huddles. Well, we're not sure how many victors there will be in this match, but we do have one Jersey Shore winner today, the homecoming queen. Congratulations to Abigail Simcox, who won the award, the title of homecoming queen. That was announced at, was it halftime or before the game?
Pregame.
It was pregame. It was, in fact, pregame. I got to tell you, first time I've ever seen that happen during the pregame, not the halftime. But congratulations to her. The Bulldogs trying to add some more winners to the tally here, but they will have to do so from behind. As this one is kicked end over end, a pooch kick fielded at the 20 quickly. A lot of room to run for Banks. Takes it over the middle to the 25, to the left side hash, wrapped up around the 30. On a sizable return from Josh Banks, who's been a bit quiet, the captain in the receiver group. But that was a sizable enough return. And back out comes this Hollidaysburg offense. A 24-7 score, 8 seconds into the half. The Tigers getting 10 points in the last minute of the first half and now have the ball and are back on the field. This spells trouble.
Yeah, it's do or die mode for this Bulldogs defense. They need to force a stop, get off the field. If they're able to do that, give some momentum back to their offense. But it really feels like a Hollidaysburg score might be the nail in the coffin.
Delatry on the left side hash takes the snap. Early handoff to Muth, wrapped up just past the line of scrimmage to the 32. That's where the forward progress is going to mark it. Well, you see Muth, he either gets the big one or, you know, a couple. That seems to be the motive for him, but best believe when he gets in that open field, he is trouble.
And Jersey Shore's done a good job at stopping him for a majority of this game. It's really been when Delatry keeps the read options that their run game has been most effective.
30 seconds into the second half. Bulldogs trailing by 3 possessions early. Delatry in the gun. 2 receivers either side. On the left side, hash 32. A second down and 8. Another hard count and another look at the near sideline for a change. 8 to snap. Taking a lot of time off this clock as Delatry takes the high snap, keeps it himself on the left side, and brought down he goes right at the line of scrimmage. In fact, just behind it, it'll be a 1-yard loss, and that time they read that option play beautifully. And another 3rd down and long, this time for Hollidaysburg. Back out to the 31.
And that was the defensive tackle, Talon Lope, getting interior pressure to bring the quarterback to the ground.
Isaac Shirey also involved on that play, 3rd down and 9. We saw Hollidaysburg, especially on that opening drive, convert a lot of 3rd and longs. They'll go trips right on the stronger side, 1 to the left. Delatry in the gun, takes the snap, blitz coming under pressure, down he goes! That is what the doctor ordered for the Bulldogs. A big blitz, they sent the house, and he was brought down for a sizable loss. That looked like, I believe, Chase Ellison, who might have been involved there on the stop. A big loss, a 4th and long. They will punt a 3 and out.
Yeah, it looked like it was Ellison coming there on the blitz, was left unblocked up the middle of the field, got to the running back, got to Delatry, and able to bring him to the ground. You mentioned a huge punt. It really felt like Jersey Shore needed to stop, try to get some momentum back. You can't allow Hollidaysburg to go up 4 scores rather. A good job on the stop there.
A low snap, Delatry fielded it well, the quarterback / punter, and sends an end over end. This one fielded by Watkins at the 30, and he's immediately brought down. He stutter stepped left and right, fooled Little, and a 1-yard return takes the Bulldogs to the 31-yard line. That is where they will start their first drive of this second half. Down 24-7, 9:41 left to play here in the 3rd quarter of action. The Bulldogs got exactly what they needed, a 3 and out. Now they just need to score, which has very much been the hard part of this game.
Yeah, they're going to expect to see some more runs with Pauling. Pauling didn't really have a lot of carries in that first half. I wonder if they're going to get him some more rushing attempts.
First play, throw left side, and it is incomplete. Oh, that play was blown up from the start by Caden McChrystal. Watkins, 3rd time lucky. Carson Watkins was the blocker on that screen pass on the intended target, Connor Winters, and it looked like McChrystal just pushed him into the ball there.
Well, I think McChrystal got his hands on it there at the end. I think that was nearly intercepted.
2nd and 10. They hand it off up the middle, and he is wrapped up in another 3rd and long after no gain there from Sechrist, the tailback. And we have seen this before, a 3rd and long for the Bulldogs, who just have not been able to establish much in this ball game after that opening score on the 2nd drive of the game.
And this is what we talked about at the halftime, is Jersey Shore not doing a great job at avoiding these 3rd and longs. It's because their run game has been shut down. Sechrist, only 60 yards in the first half, isn't able to find room there.
3rd and 10 at the 31. Play fake, Pauling rolls out to his right, buys time, now steps up. He's going to try to tuck and run and takes a shot. A big hit on that far side after a 1-yard gain. And a late flag comes in, and this is going to be personal foul. It's going to be a personal foul on Ethan Rhodes, who made the tackle. He said something to Nolan Pauling after the fact, and that has just gifted the Bulldogs a 1st down from my view, unless there was something else that took place. But I saw Rhodes say something afterwards to Pauling, and it seemed too aggressive for the referee's liking, and that is the call, Ryan. The Bulldogs were desperate for a lifeline in this game, and they just got it.
And that's just a needless penalty there from Hollidaysburg. When you force a 3 and out, it feels like you're taking all the hope out of this Jersey Shore offense to give them a free 1st down, give them, it's a key word, some more momentum on the offensive side. You cannot afford to give a team like Jersey Shore more life. A big mistake there from the Golden Tigers.
Dawson comes in for Rhodes, who committed that penalty, a 1st and 10 after the penalty. Pauling rolls out to his left. It was a broken play. He takes it himself, and down he goes right at the line of scrimmage. And they immediately come back with another play. Joseph Richardson with a 1-yard loss on Pauling, who looked like it was going to be a push pass, wasn't it? Saw that it was broken, tried to take it on the outside and lost 1. Back to the 46-yard line.
Yeah, and there was nobody open downfield on that one. That's when Pauling just got to throw it away. Don't eat the sack there. Just get rid of it. They're lucky it was only a loss of 1 yard. Could have been much worse, but Pauling said just nobody open downfield.
Trips right, 1 left, blitz coming, Pauling throws right side, it's intercepted. It's picked off by Banks, and he is gonna go. 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Hollidaysburg. Josh Banks read the play to perfection. He is on the end of another big turnover, and this time he takes it in the end zone himself. 30-7. And defensively, Hollidaysburg, they just have Jersey Shore's number tonight. And it was Banks, the Bulldog, the player rather, that the Bulldogs want to see the least, making another impact defensively in this game.
And that was not an ill-advised throw from Pauling. That's a great individual play from Banks. Jersey Shore running some curl routes. They like to do that a lot, especially over the middle of the field. Banks, the Sam linebacker, read the play the whole way, read Pauling's eyes. As soon as that ball came out, he immediately darted left, got to the football first, an easy interception, and took it all the way to the house. That is a great individual play there from Banks to get the pick six.
Point after is true for the casual viewer. The Sam linebacker is the one that lines up on the strong side. The Will linebacker is the one on the weak side. Banks, the strong side linebacker, that tells you that he's a playmaker through and through. He has another interception on this game. I believe it was his interception in the end of the first half that led to a score one play later. He's got his second interception as many drives, and that time he took it himself in the end zone. 31-7 in Hollidaysburg. Early on here in this third quarter, I've all but put this one to bed already maybe, because Jersey Shore are struggling to find momentum in this game, and Hollidaysburg has all of it, and it's been Bulldog mistakes that have allowed the visitors to capitalize.
Yeah, it's been the 3 turnovers. Pauling came into the game with 5 interceptions, right now sitting at 8. After the 3 he's thrown in this game, just a nightmare of a performance for him. 2 of them were ill-advised throws. Again, that one was not. He made the correct read. The throw was there. Just a better play from the linebacker. Banks able to run back to the ball.
This one sent away from left to right. It just seems like, Ryan, a case where both teams run a very similar style, especially offensively, but Hollidaysburg, the more depth and maybe the stronger and faster players as well. It's been the difference in this game, just raw talent. As this will be a pooch kick that'll be fielded at the 10 by Watkins. He takes it to the 20, outside the numbers 25, and wrapped up at about the 26-yard line. Well, where do you go from here if you're Jersey Shore? Another drive that leads to a cataclysmic error, and they are trying to make something out of nothing in this game. Down 31-7. You don't see the Bulldogs down this often. It's a credit to how impressive Hollidaysburg has been in this game. Not many teams can come into Thompson Street Stadium and play like this.
Well, Nick, you mentioned it, when you're playing a bigger school, Hollidaysburg being a 5A, Jersey Shore a 4A. Hollidaysburg, the 3 key words in this game: they're bigger, they've been faster, and they've played stronger so far. Jersey Shore has to find an answer.
First play from scrimmage option in the backfield is the tailback, and he is wrapped up in the backfield for a loss. Winters only getting to the 21. That is a 4-yard deficit. The tackle coming in from that linebacking core, 2nd down and 14, as it was Vincent Albarano, actually, the free safety that made the TFL. For Albarano, it's his first TFL of the season. 2nd down and 15. Now on the left side hash, 26. Pauling in the gun, twin tailbacks. He rolls out to his right to pass, pumps. Tries to take it himself upfield. Gets past the line of scrimmage to the 25. Cuts to the right side, outside the numbers to about the 30. It will be wrapped up by Josh Banks, just shy of that 30-yard line marker from my view, to the 29. That gets something positive. Gain of about 9. 3rd down and 6.
And once again, Pauling looking downfield. There is just no Jersey Shore receivers getting open down the field. It's forcing Pauling to run, scramble out of the pocket. They're just not getting guys open downfield.
Less than 7 minutes left in the third. Pauling, play fake, looking to throw, under pressure, rolls out to his right, now fires off his front shoulder to the 40. That's a reception and a 1st down. A brilliant play by Nolan Pauling. The memory of a goldfish there was Pauling. Put in a beautiful pass to Luke Ryan on the far side to the 41-yard line. He was wrapped up and downed by Delatry from my count. It's a 1st down to the 41 and a big play from Pauling, and that might be what keeps Jersey Shore in this game, but they need to get points on this drive.
Pauling is a gunslinger at heart. He's going to make those throws down the field.
A low snap, Pauling handles it, tries to revert back to his right on the broken play, takes it upfield to the 44 and gets down at the 45, takes a shot from Ethan Rhodes, right back in this game, right back applying the hard hits. A 3-yard gain from Pauling on the broken play.
And he takes so many hits. He's taken so many throughout the season. When you have a quarterback of smaller stature like Pauling is, whenever he takes hits like that, you always worry a little bit if he's going to get up. But Pauling, I tell you what, the heart of a warrior. Every time he takes a shot, he's always right back on his feet.
On 2nd down, the handoff, Sechrist cuts upfield past the line of scrimmage to the 46, and that's where he's wrapped up for a 1-yard gain. This is the best rusher, the best running back in terms of yards, and the best running back both on and off the paper that has been having to fight for every single yard today, and that looked like Rhodes and Rogers combining. 3rd down and 4 after the 1-yard gain to the 46.
And Seacrest getting all the carries without Harrod. They've not split any of these carries. They're all going to him.
Pauling moves quick to pass, rolls out left, under pressure, takes it himself again, runs over his own lineman, and then gets brought down for a 2-yard loss. Well, you saw what that was there from Hollidaysburg. It was zone coverage, 3 linebackers, almost a triple spy with all the receivers rolling left. And then when Pauling tried to tuck and run, there were 3 defenders willing and ready to get him, and that is what happened. A 2-yard loss, a 4th down and 7 to the 44, and the punting unit is out with 5 minutes left in the 3rd. The Bulldogs trailing by 24.
You mentioned Hollidaysburg, so many guys just watching Pauling at all times. He's got no room to run and nowhere to throw.
This one punted end over end, will be fielded by Banks. He takes it upfield to the 25 and will get met at about the 27-yard line. A correction, that was actually J.J. Stoltz on the return to the 27. And Hollidaysburg, despite it only being the 3rd quarter, could put the finishing touches on this game if they score on this drive here. I don't see how the Bulldogs can come back trailing by more than 3 possessions. They trail by 24 points, and they cannot afford to trail by any more than that.
No, their defense is going to have to make a play, and they're going to have to force a turnover. That's been the big thing for this Hollidaysburg offense. They've not turned the football over. They are just sustaining drives, running the ball, keeping time of possession. Jersey Shore, they have to force a turnover here.
They go to a pistol left formation. Delatry hands off to the tailback, takes it past the 30 to the 33-yard line for a gain of about 5. That was the tailback Muth from my view getting that handoff. In fact, it's actually a new tailback that is in the game. No, in fact, that was the fullback that had come out of the pile. It is, in fact, Carter Muth picking up 6, 2nd down and 4. Now into the pistol right formation. Delatry takes the high snap, hand it off to the tailback. Muth bounces to the outside, and he's loose, and he's got speed across midfield. 40, 35, 30, 1 man to beat. 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown Hollidaysburg. And in the 3rd quarter, with 4 minutes left, that just might be the dagger. Another rushing score from Carter Muth. This kid is something special. The junior has another big score, and the Tigers go up 37-7 with the extra point to come.
Yeah, that one just good blocking on the outside. It was number 3, J.J. Stoltz, providing the lane for Muth to run here up the left sideline. When he got past Stoltz, there was no one able to catch him. Jersey Shore, all their players up near the line of scrimmage. Muth got to the 2nd level, and he was gone. And Hollidaysburg just in firm control of this game.
With over 4 minutes left to go in the 3rd quarter, 37-7. The point after attempt will make it 38-7 as it splits the uprights for Devin Walters as the Hollidaysburg band plays. We now have a winner, Ryan, for our trivia from earlier today. Ryan, repeat the question, please.
Alrighty, so the question was, looking back on here, got to flip through the notes. How many times last year did Jersey Shore put up 50 points or more in a game? That was the question. Who's our winner, Nick?
Well, first off, give us the answer, Ryan.
All right, so the answer was 4. 4 times last year they scored over 50.
And a shout out to Richard Jameson of Jersey Shore, who is the winner. We will have our 2nd trivia question of the night following this kickoff. So stay tuned in. You could win if you get it right and call into the Bear Country Studios' hotline. You could win either a PA lottery ticket or a Burger King gift card, depending on if you're over or under 21 years of age. 4:04 left, and an error for the Bulldogs defensively has them down 38-7 against Hollidaysburg. And the Golden Tigers, fresh off of beating a powerhouse of Fort Hill that is in the state of Maryland, they have not lost a step. This one kicked and fielded at the 5 by Watkins. He takes it to the 10, to the 15, stutter steps in, down inside of the 20 to about the 16-yard line. And Ryan, trivia question time real quickly. Again, if you know the answer, call the hotline 570-769-2327. for a chance to win. What is the second trivia question of the night and final one?
All right, here it is, and it is certainly on theme. How many 35-plus yard touchdowns have Jersey Shore allowed in their last 2 games? So we're not counting this game, but how many 35-plus yard touchdowns have the Bulldogs allowed in the previous 2 games?
That's Shikellamy and Williamsport. 570-769-2327 is the hotline. Quick throw on the first play from scrimmage and a quick catch past the 15. And just shy of the 20-yard line to the 19. They went with that curl route play again, didn't they, to Luke Ryan on the far side. This time it was a reception that went to the 20 for a gain of 4, 2nd down and 6.
And it's just been a dink and dunk passing game for the Bulldogs so far.
Pauling in the gun takes the snap. Quarterback power up the middle, gets past the line of scrimmage, attempts to push the pile and does so out to the 22. That one gains 2, and a bit of a change of pace here. It's another 3rd down, but this one much shorter. A 3rd down and 3, and now, well, hang on a second. Now we have an injured player on the field here for Jersey Shore, and that is going to stop play. So an injured player who is involved there on the run. I don't want to say it's Nolan Pauling yet, only because it was in the pile, but he was the one on the play, and it looks like they're reaching for a hamstring here. We won't speculate on the injury. With 3 minutes and 17 seconds left in the 3rd, this can go from bad to worse for the Bulldogs here, trailing 38-7. And now a key player down on the field here for the Bulldogs, no doubt.
Well, and if you want to look at the reason why they're trailing 38-7, it's been a lot of the big plays, but also it's been the 3rd down, not only the conversions, but the sheer number of attempts. Hollidaysburg only attempting a handful of 3rd downs in this game, only 7 by my count. By Jersey Shore have attempted 11 3rd downs, only converting on 3 of them. A lot of Hollidaysburg's big plays have come on 1st or 2nd down. They're keeping ahead of the chains. Jersey Shore not been able to, and it's the reason why their offense has struggled like it has.
Well, you brought up how many hits Nolan Pauling can take in this game. It was him that was down on the field. He comes back off the field on his own strength. That is going to move Carson Watkins to quarterback. So we're going to go Wildcat here with Watkins. I don't believe he has attempted a pass this season. He is in the shotgun of the Wildcat, a 4-receiver set. Sechrist is the tailback, and a big 3rd and 3, and now movement. Which side of this is going to be? There is movement on both sides from my view, and that is going to be on the defense, and that is a break the Bulldogs needed. An encroachment on the defense and a 1st down past the 20 to the 27-yard line.
And you mentioned Watkins at quarterback. Like we said, we've not seen him throw a pass yet, but this is the 3rd game where he has come in as a Wildcat quarterback. I wonder if they'll let him throw it.
Motion right to left on the Wildcat. Watkins hands it off to Sechrist, takes it upfield just shy of the 30 to the 29 for a gain of 2. The Hollidaysburg fans wanted a hold, didn't get one. Only a gain of 2, 2nd down and long upcoming.
This is just pure experimentation time now for Jersey Shore. You're without Pauling for, depending on this very injury, will probably either way be the rest of this game. No reason to put him back in at this point. So it's just pure experimentation here from the Bulldogs.
Winters motions left, right. Watkins is going to pass this on a fake. He fires it downfield, and it's incomplete. Luke Thompson looked to be closest to, and it looked like Hollidaysburg was almost fooled there. The secondary stayed home. Stops the clock with just over 2 minutes and 20 seconds left. A 3rd down on the first attempt from Watkins over through the air this season.
And Watkins had Thompson open over the middle of the field. Just a little bit of an errant throw. Kind of looked like he jumped past it. Jumped to see over the offensive line and then threw it. It caused it to be a little bit inaccurate. Like you said, they're letting Watkins let it fly. Just to see what happens.
Might need to do it again here on 3rd down and 8. A pump, and now a fire. Watkins intercepted, and it's that name again, Josh Banks, inside of the 20 to the 10, and for the 2nd series in a row, he takes it in the end zone for the score. Touchdown, Hollidaysburg. Again, it is Josh Banks. He's got 3 interceptions on the last 3 series, and that puts this game with a point after attempt away into the mercy rule. And the Hollidaysburg fans and players have shown out here at Thompson Street Stadium. This is now stunning, stunning territory.
The fans have showed out, but the defense has showed up. We talked about it pregame, how good this Hollidaysburg defense is. Well, they have been good and then some. They are completely stifling Jersey Shore. It feels like they're just not able to get anything going offensively A good job by the Golden Tigers being opportunistic, forcing turnovers, and turning those turnovers into points.
I would have never imagined I would say this, but the game is now in the mercy rule. With 2 minutes and 12 seconds left in the third. Hollidaysburg 45, Jersey Shore 7. Ryan, there is no doubt that unless this team makes it all the way into states, and I would even argue, Ryan, deep into states, the Bulldogs would not play a team this good again this season, and they are certainly taking their medicine. What do you get, Ryan, out of these games? Because this certainly does not happen often to this team.
I mean, there's not a lot to take away. When you're talking about 4A versus 5A, you might feel like, oh, there's not that much of a difference. That is a huge gap between when you're up to 4A and 5A. That gap is huge in just talent and overall people in your school. That's how the A's are decided. How many people go to your schools? How deep is the pool of talent you have to pull from? Hollidaysburg, a huge school in central Pennsylvania, and you really see the difference between what a 5A school looks like and what a 4A school looks like. But if you're Jersey Shore, you're never going to play a 5A school again. You're not going to see a team like this again.
As this one is sent end over end on the kick, we'll return to that in a moment as this one's fielded at the 10. He takes it to the 15. Is Ryan, takes another shot out to the 19-yard line. That's where they'll start this drive. The quarterback certainly under question with 2 minutes and 6 seconds left. The running clock will be on the ref's whistle.
Yeah, like I said, it's just a thing of where there's not a lot you can take away from this game. You take your medicine, you move on, you say, hey, we played one of the best teams in our conference, in our division in Shamokin, and look how close we were in that game. This is one that tomorrow you just put in the back of the memory. It happened, it is what it is, and you just move on.
The Bulldogs have now given up 40 points or more four times this season. They are 2-1 when doing so, but they will move to 2-2 tonight. Twin tailback formation. Quarterback takes the snap. It's a quarterback keeper, and down he goes for another loss to the 17-yard line. A couple featuring there. Tyler Rogers looked to go there first. Pauling is back in the game, Ryan. With 90 seconds left in the third, it'll be a 2nd down and 12.
And I'm interested to see Pauling back. I mean, at this point, there's really no need to have him take any more hits. He already went out with what looked to be a tweak of the hamstring. If I were Coach Gravish, I would just pull your offensive starters for the rest of the game. This score has been decided. Get to back up some time and just let it go from there.
Well, we had a slight stoppage in play. I believe an injured Jersey Shore player had just come off on that far side. Now the clock resuming. Pauling in the gun, takes the snap. Quick throw right side, quick catch, and a quick down. Actually carries the pile a bit, carrying the defender past the 20 to about the 25-yard line for what will be a pickup of about 6 yards to set up a 3rd down and manageable, 3rd down and 7 after the 5-yard gain. Ryan typically operates on that far side. I believe he's the one who made the catch. 1 minute left in the third.
And this will be Jersey Shore's 12th attempted 3rd down of the game, and they've only converted on 3 of them.
I would imagine a majority of those came on the opening couple of drives as Pauling takes the snap on 3rd and long. Blitz coming, he pumps, and now fires it deep, looking for Watkins, and it is incomplete. Watkins was the intended target. Good shadow there from the safety in coverage, J.J. Stoltz. The defensive back in coverage to preempt it was Wyatt Frazier, and on 4th down and 7, the Bulldogs will punt. They could take it all the way into the 4th quarter with the running clock, but with 15 seconds left, they might try to get this punt away before the third concludes.
And that's been the big story for this Jersey Shore offense. 3 and out, 3 and out, and more 3 and out. This Hollidaysburg defense, it's been just smothering. They've stopped everything Jersey Shore wants to do. It really feels like at times the Bulldogs are just out of options on what to do.
And that will be how the third quarter concludes here at Thompson Street Stadium. At Jersey Shore out of gas here in the second half. They trail 45-7 against Hollidaysburg. You're tuned in to Jersey Shore football on the Bear Country Sports Network.
42 years serving you. All Round Tire, your hometown service and tire sales center. Family owned and operated, All Round Tire features Cooper and many other brands, including Michelin and Firestone. Make us your first choice, not only for passenger, light truck, farm, and ag tires, but also for service, brakes, exhaust, belts, and hoses. We offer the only vulcanized flat repairs in the area. PA State Inspection 2, open weekdays 8 till 5, Saturday till noon. All Round Tire, Cement Hollow Road, Jersey Shore.
and put 12 minutes on the clock one last time from Thompson Street Stadium in Jersey Shore, Pennsylvania. Jersey Shore 7, Hollidaysburg 45. The Bulldogs will punt it away on the referee's whistle. Luke Ryan will punt Hollidaysburg with one back deep to return. That is Stoltz. This one punted a blooper end over end. Takes a wicked bounce at the 40, fielded by Watkins. At the 37-yard line, Stoltz will only watch it get touched by a Jersey Shore gunner as the Tigers look to put the finishing touches on what was a very impressive performance on the road against a Bulldog team that has been humbled here this evening. And there is really little you can say other than that, other than what has been a sensational performance for the visitors. The Bulldogs, after that first quarter, running out of gas at the end of the day. And I think, Ryan, when you look at the depth and you look at the talent, Jersey Shore just outmatched here late.
Again, that's the big difference between these 5A and 4A schools. Hollidaysburg, much deeper team. You mentioned only having 3 guys play both sides of the ball. Jersey Shore, most of their team plays both sides of the ball. And that's a huge difference.
Delatry in the gun takes the snap on 1st and 10. Screen pass left, caught by Metzger. Upfield past the 40, takes a shot to the 43-yard line. Bo Secrets with a massive hit, drawing the oohs and ahs from both stands. And that brings up a second down after the completed pass, a 6-yard gain to the 43. Bulldogs trying to prevent allowing 50 points for what would be the first time this season. Trips right, 1 left. Delatry is in the gun. Looks to the left side pre-snap, hard count, and now looks back to that weak side for a new play. 1 minute gone here in the 4th. Bulldog crowd still very much in tune here for this one, seeing this game out with the athletes on the field. Delatry takes the snap on 2nd down. Hand off to the tailback. Oh, no, it keeps it himself there, Delatry. Takes a pass for the 1st down. Inside the 40, inside of the 30 to the 28-yard line. Well, that play fake even fooled me there, didn't it, on the Wildcat? Delatry took it himself, and it fooled the Jersey Shore defenders on a 20-plus yard carry, a 1st down to the 27.
And I'm surprised to see Delatry still in this game. Up as much as they are, you'd think now's the time to throw some of the backups in and just get out of this game with a win. But Delatry there on the read option, I mean, it was in his running back's belly until just about the last second. It fooled everybody up here in the booth. Delatry kept it himself for a huge gain.
Tim Snyder in at tailback. He hasn't had a carry in 3 games, and he certainly fooled me. That was a very impressive play there. I don't get fooled often on those, but that's what happened there. Delatry in the gun on 1st down, a fresh set of downs. He takes the snap. Handoff this time to Snyder. Gets inside of the 25, down at the 24. Pile congesting there early as a tackle was made, and we have an injured player on the field as well here for Jersey Shore, a team that has certainly taken their blows so far in this game. We have another injured player down onto the field. That looks like Braden Swales. Well, with the Bulldogs, the way that this has been set, they're taking on a team that hits hard, that plays fair, that does everything in between the lines, but definitely a physical football team is this Hollidaysburg side. And now with 7 games into the season, you've got a lot of physical play and a lot of starters still on the field. Now you're starting to see these injuries pile up, these muscle cramps, everything of the like continue to take place.
And just things that you don't want to see in a game that's result has already been decided. You don't want to see players on either side go down. And like I said, a game that's nothing is going to change the score outcome at this point. You hope he's okay, but when you think about it, that's why I'm surprised for both teams that you still have some starters in the game for both Jersey Shore and even Hollidaysburg keeping Delatry in the game. This is the point now, I mean, it's 45-7 with about 9 minutes left. Where you get your starters off the field, get some new guys some playing time, and just get out of this game as healthy as you can.
Brandon Swales was in on the tackle, not including this one. This one a bring down to the 26-yard line, a gain of 2, and a 2nd down on the referee's whistle. The clock will continue.
Hollidaysburg keeping the offense of a majority of the offense starters out there. Looks like Kason Metzger and Cole Delatry, a few of the starters still on the field. Different tailbacks for the Golden Tigers, but same quarterback and receiver group.
Snyder is still the tailback in the game. Trips right, 1 left. 9.5 minutes to play. Delatry in the gun. Gets a different play call to the near side. Delatry giving some signals to the offensive lineman in front of him. Now looks to the right side. Pre-snap. Another hard count, 7 to snap. Changes the play again from my view. Looks back right, now left, 2 to snap, gets it off. And he hands it off this time to Snyder inside of the 25. And to the 22-yard line is where Snyder is brought down for another 2-yard gain. A 3rd down and 6 upcoming with 9 minutes left to play.
Hollidaysburg now, I just expect them to keep running the ball, keep chewing as much of the clock off as they can. If they get a good run here, they might even go for it on 4th down just to try to keep the ball.
And I got to tell you, too, one thing that was a real storyline this game, we'll talk about it actually in a moment. Delatry in the gun, 4-receiver set. It now changes the play call. 8.5 minutes left. It's hard to really set the build-up. They get into their lineup so well and then gets into these hard counts and continues to fiddle around with the way the play is set. Now with 5 to snap, Delatry gets it off to pass. Now Thompson runs it himself on the power. Tries to take it inside of the 20. He does get to the 20 before getting wrapped up. That's going to be shy of the line to gain. Jace Fetzer did well to stay home. 4th down and 3. Just over 8 minutes left, and it looks like a change in personnel here. But this is going to be the offense staying on the field on my view.
Certainly go for it range here. Try to keep possession. You're not in field goal range. And you might be close to field goal range, but at this point, no reason not to go for it on 4th down. Just try to keep chewing off the clock.
Would be a 37-yarder from here. Instead, the offense stays on. Trips right. Tailback is still Snyder. Delatry in the gun, 15 to snap. Jersey Shore showing some pressure on that near side. Only 2 defensive backs are on that far side, and Jersey Shore has no high safety. On 4th down and 3, Delatry takes the snap, takes it himself inside of the 15. That'll be enough for the 1st to the 13. And coming into this season, this is what I meant to build up, Ryan. We thought of this season as a very serious transition year with a lot of difficult opponents on the schedule. Now, after beating Dallas, beating Delaware Valley, playing Shamokin very close, you really raise the expectations more and more, even after that win against Williamsport on the offensive side of the ball. But with injuries coupled with a very difficult opponent, their toughest opponent this season against Hollidaysburg, it has been a humbling evening for the Bulldogs. Delatry, 4 receivers set, 2 to each side. 15 to snap, 7 minutes left to play. Looks to the weak side for the play call. Snyder still the tailback. With 6 to snap, gets another adjustment with 4, with 3, with 2, with 1. He does get it off. Option now keeps it himself upfield to the line of scrimmage and inside of the 10-yard line. In fact, right at the 10 line.
Well, Nick, I think humbling is a good way to put this game. When you're Jersey Shore, this game still, though, it doesn't really change much, does it? I mean, you're playing a school that you mentioned you're not going to see until you get into states if you're able to get that far. You're not
I would say a team of that quality getting into states, yes.
Yeah, you're not going to see a team like this unless you get into the states. I mean, even Shamokin is not nearly as good as this Hollidaysburg team is, so you certainly have some takeaways and some things that Jersey Shore is going to look to clean up after this game. But there's not a lot that you can take away from a game like this.
It still means something. A quarter and a half into this game, this score was tied at 7. I mean, Jersey Shore hung around Hollidaysburg, but as the Tigers adjusted, they only got better. Motion man right to left is Banks. Taking the snap, they'll hand off to Snyder up the middle, takes it inside of the 5, carries the pile all the way to the end zone, and he's got it. Touchdown, Hollidaysburg, and Tim Snyder gets his 2nd rushing touchdown of the season. And that will be a 50-burger that the Golden Tigers hand the Bulldogs on homecoming. 51-7, extra point coming up.
And that's been the big difference. Hollidaysburg just been more physical than Jersey Shore, and that's really the first time you can say that this season. Even in the loss to Shamokin, Jersey Shore was still the more physical team up front. Hollidaysburg has just been bigger, faster, stronger on that side of the ball, and they have just controlled the line of scrimmage, and because of it, controlled the game.
New kicker here on the point after attempt, but the same result as it splits the uprights in good. That's Draven Peters sicking the point after to make it 52-7, 5 minutes and 40 seconds left. And I got to tell you, this season, Ryan, I always thought, and I think a lot of folks thought, would be a transition year with next season and the season after really being their window to take districts back and make a push in states. After a game like this, I still think that. And I still think for the Bulldogs, this doesn't define their season. And what has been a very impressive first 6 games and a 7th game of the year that they would like to quickly forget.
You know, this is certainly an outlier result. It's the same way I feel against that 49-6 win against Selinsgrove. Those are outlier games. Those are not the games that define what a team is, the games that define what this Jersey Shore team is a 27-7 win against Dallas, the 49-42 win against Delaware Valley, the 42-43 loss to Shamokin. Those are the games that really tell you what this Jersey Shore team is. You can't take away from a lot from a team in a blowout, especially against a bigger school like Hollidaysburg. Those closer games are where you find out what this team is made of, and this Jersey Shore team is made of all the right stuff. This result does not change the fact that I think this could be a district championship level team. This result does not change that thought for me.
It still feels like it's Jersey Shore and Shamokin for the district title even after this result, as this one will be one-hopped and fielded on the 10 at the return. He takes a 15 middle of the park to the 20 and takes a shot past the 25 to the 27. 5.5 minutes on the clock. Jersey Shore 7, Hollidaysburg 52. And as the season progresses, this was the hardest opponent of the season. Jersey Shore will have two extremely favorable games against Penwood and Central Mountain, with a tricky one upcoming against Scranton Prep in the middle. And 3-0 to close out the regular season, very much a possibility. 2-1 has to be the expectation, as there's a bobble snap. Pauling forced to dive on top of it on the low snap. That's going to bring up a loss of about 5. 5 minutes left to go. Bulldogs trying to get something out of this in the second half.
Yeah, Nick, you mentioned it's really felt like all season it is fate for Jersey Shore and Shamokin to find each other again here in the district playoffs. Of course, there's a few teams I'm sure that would love to say something about that, but it really feels like it's those two schools that are destined to clash once again, and this result doesn't change how you feel about that.
Second along option play. Hands it to the tailback, cuts upfield, breaks the tackle. 25 is Sechrist, wrapped up at the 26-yard line for a gain of 4. 3rd down and 12 to come.
You mentioned a lot of those things that went wrong against Williamsport have gone wrong here in this game. The big play, and like I said, they talked about it after the Williamsport game. There was a lengthy conversation after the field, even after a victory, about giving up the big plays. They were a victim again to it here. And there are some adjustments Jersey Shore is going to need to make going into next week.
And on a pass play, 3rd down and long, he's under pressure. Pauling runs weak side, hoists it to the far end. Oh, he had a man as Yingling on a step, but it was such a difficult pass. Or rather not Connor Yingling, it was Connor Winters who was making the route over the middle in Hollidaysburg territory, but with Pauling rolling out to his right, he couldn't get the power to find him, and on 4th down, the punting unit is back on the field.
And the pass game for Jersey Shore just been non-existent in this game. I mean, there has been nobody open downfield. The Hollidaysburg corners matching them step for step all the way down the field. There was the one deep shot early in the first half that Jersey Shore looked like they might have been able to get that was just a bit overthrown. But since then, the Golden Tigers have been all but buttoned up in the secondary, and there's just nowhere for the Bulldogs to go.
So with 3.5 minutes left, couple late adjustments on the punt. They only have 7 seconds to snap. They make a late switch. I'm not sure if they're going to get this off in time. They actually do with Ryan, with no flags down. Impressive that they had that fire drill at the end as this one gets fielded. A fair catch to the 35-yard line. 3 minutes and 10 seconds left to play. Hollidaysburg getting possession, up 52-7. They'll see the clock out from here. So next week, Penwood, you'll catch it live on the Bear Country Sports Network. It is at home, 6:15 pregame starts, 6:30 is the start of pregame, rather, I should say. 7 o'clock is the kick. Ryan, what are your expectations for that game next week? What are you looking at for them, the Bulldogs, to improve on the most as now the reserves for both teams come out onto the field?
It's got to be a bounce-back game, and the big thing I want to see is can they limit the big plays? Like I said, a few weeks in a row, that's been an issue. Defensively, that's what they have to limit, and offensively, if they're without Herod again for that game against Penwood, I want to see what this Bulldogs offense looks like against similar competition.
Isaac Wallace in at quarterback. First play is a handoff to the tailback, wrapped up at the line of scrimmage, right at that 35-yard line marker for no gain. Quick look now at our out-of-town scoreboard. What are the results from elsewhere here in the region? That is going to be the question, Ryan, as he gets that all set up to go. What do you got?
Here we go. Montoursville up 44-0 in the fourth quarter over Central Mountain. Shamokin 42-7 over Williamsport. Warrior Run now down to Loyalsock. The Lancers lead 35-28.
And on 2nd down and 10, actually that looks like Vincent Albarano, who is the quarterback. I confused the 8 and the 6 as Albarano. Or no, it is in fact the 6th, third time lucky, as he takes it past the line of scrimmage to the 35. And down at the 37 is Wallace. 2 minutes to play.
And we'll continue running through here. Southern Columbia up 24 21-14 over Mifflinsburg. Danville down 7-42 to Mount Carmel. Central Columbia shut out 55-0 against Milton. Shikellamy leading 28-0 over Selinsgrove. Athens 54-7 over Towanda. Bloomsburg 28-0 over Hughesville. Lewisburg gets the win 35-7 over Midwest. And Line Mountain also
a bit of a weird one
Midwest.
there. Well, there is a bit of an adjustment, and we apologize. That seems to be a miscue for a different sport. It's actually girls varsity soccer that we just got there, but the game was Midwest losing to Lewisburg 35-7 as they take the snap, hand off tailback, and he's loose past the 45 and across midfield. He's got steam to the 40, 35 and 30, and he's down inside of the 30-yard line. Colton Garlick was there on the carry, just over a minute left to play. I don't know how the varsity soccer score came into action there, but you know what? Shout out to Line Mountain getting a big win in girls varsity soccer and a big win for Hollidaysburg here against the Shore. They will have time for at least one more play to see this out in Jersey Shore territory at the 26.
Yeah, probably just one more run play and then end it from there. A great win for Hollidaysburg, a big confidence booster for this Hollidaysburg Golden Tigers team.
3 receiver set, quarterback in the gun, takes the snap and a kneel down. That will end it. With 30 seconds left, the Bulldogs will now take a timeout, and it was a humbling defeat on homecoming. Hollidaysburg getting the better of Jersey Shore. Last year it was in heartbreaking fashion, and this season it was in decisive fashion. Both teams on that midfield line with 15 seconds to play. They're going into their handshakes as Hollidaysburg spoils Jersey Shore's homecoming. They have defeated the Bulldogs. A final score of 52-7 in Ryan. Even in the tail end of the first half, this game had felt like it was decided quite early on. Hollidaysburg decisive, taking advantage of mistakes, and we're all around quality from start to finish.
Yeah, it was ever since 11-21 in the second quarter. That's when Hollidaysburg got that 74-yard touchdown run. And from there, they just ran away with the game. Jersey Shore did a good job keeping it close through the first quarter. But the big thing is when Hollidaysburg got rolling, they're like a freight train, and all Jersey Shore could do was get off the tracks.
And before we go, time for our player of the game. Only once this season have we given it to an opposing player. I would imagine this would be the second time that has taken place here, Ryan.
I mean, it's got to be number one for Hollidaysburg. Josh Banks will give a shout-out to the defensive side of the ball. Banks, 3 interceptions, 2 pick sixes. His 3 turnovers were really what decided the game. The interception at the end of the first half, the 2 pick sixes in the second half, gave Hollidaysburg all the momentum they needed to close out this game.
And myself and Ryan States are back on the airwaves tomorrow afternoon. It is the Battle of I-80 for Lock Haven football. The Bald Eagles traveling to take on Bloomsburg. Coverage starts at 12:30 with the Haven Nation Show, 1:30 pregame live from Bloom with a 2 p.m. kickoff on the Bear Country Sports Network. And we'll be back at this same field a week from today as the Bulldogs take on the team in Penwood at home. Coverage starts at 6:30 with a 7 o'clock kickoff on the Bear next Friday. Jersey Shore dropping to 5-2. As mentioned, they host Penwood before traveling to Scranton, with Central Mountain closing out their regular season. Hollidaysburg moves to 7-0. They're on the road in the next 2 weeks against District 4 opponents, Selinsgrove and Williamsport, before hosting Du Bois to end their season and make it 3 straight district championships. As that's going to wrap things up here from Thompson Street Stadium. For our executive producer, Dave Stratton, our director, Tom Fleming, and color commentator, Ryan States, I'm Nicolas Severini saying so long from Jersey Shore. Your final score, Jersey Shore 7, Hollidaysburg 52.
Thanks for listening to tonight's game, brought to you by TLC Fuels, Napa, Jason Eberhardt State Farm Insurance, All Round Tire, B.A. Meixel Electric, Journey Bank, Donner Equipment, Twilight Diner, Doug at Alexander Kia, Brigandy, Gleghorn and Hafley Insurance, Sweet Dreams Pet Resort, Susquehanna Trailways, Reese's Print Shop, Ham's Disposal, C.H. Waltz Outdoor and RV, Hollick's Colon Oil, Creek Uniques Candles and more, Tightrope Films, Charles Construction, Mother Carol's Midtown Bar, Kleiner's Furniture, Fager Insurance, and T-Mobile. Get ready for our next broadcast next Friday. The Bulldogs host Penwood, live on 99.9 FM, streaming through BearCountry999.com, YouTube for live video, search Bear Country 999. Hear it, see it, win free prizes on the Bear Country Sports Network and CentralPASports.com.